All right, welcome back to the show. Are we good now? Yes. Are we good now? Mr. S, give me some feedback. Give me some feedback, Mr. S. Are we good now? Let me know so that we can move ahead with the show. If we are good, let me know. If we're good, let me know. So you're still watching With All Due Respect extended version. We are live on Loud Silence TV. We are live on YouTube. Loud Silence TV on YouTube. We are live on Facebook, With All Due Respect page on Facebook. With All Due Respect page on Facebook. We are also live on Loud Silence TV on Facebook. Loud Silence TV on Facebook. We are also live on Multi TV. On Multi TV, you can search for Loud Silence TV on Multi TV. Thank you very much, Mr. X, Mr. S, Mr. P. Thank you, guys. Thank you for the information. Thank you very much to all of you guys. I know it's a rough start, but I'll try my best to make this work. We are live on Loud Silence TV on Multi TV. We are live on Loud Silence TV on YouTube. We are live on Loud Silence TV on Facebook. We are streaming live on With All Due Respect page on Facebook. We are also cross-posting on some very important platforms tonight. NDC TV are picking us, cross-posting the show live on Facebook this evening. We also have 1957 Project. 1957 Project. They are also picking us live this evening. Benjamin Wayo Mahama's page on Facebook. They are also picking us this evening. Benjamin Mahama. Wayo Mahama's page, they are also live this evening. Honorable Joseph Yamin's page is blazing this evening on Loud Silence TV on Facebook. Kevin Taylor, we are also live. My official page on Facebook. We're streaming this show live on Facebook. Hopex TV and radio, we are also live there. Hopex TV and radio, we are live there. Thank you very much for staying. If today is your first time on this platform, this show is a social political show. Tonight, what we'll be doing is to deal with matters in Ghana, especially. We will be talking about Ghana politics. The show is in 4 segments. The first segment is what we call the hello segment, where I say hello to every single individual watching me, especially the women. Babes, I see you all. I see all the babes. The second segment is what we call the social media segment, where we pick stories from different social media platforms. Break it down for you watching me across the world, especially Ghanaians, to have an idea of what is happening in Ghana and around the world. The third is what we call Pound for Pound. That's where we do the editorial of the day. Tonight's editorial is simple. The caption is, "You have opened our eyes to foolishness." And this goes to the President of the Republic, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo. The final segment on this platform is the phone-in segment, where I open the phone lines for every single individual to also call in and tell us their mind. They need to stick to the issues we will discuss today. It's very, very important when you are calling into the show. And you show we, With All Due Respect extended version, a different United States of America, and bro. Show we a Multi TV, so search for Loud Silence TV on Sabekan. Yes, our Facebook, so Loud Silence TV Facebook. Yes, our YouTube, Loud Silence TV YouTube. Yes, our other platforms are almost as well as senior Yumbre, Omucha Jumadiegu, Benjamin Wayo Mahama Air Fire. NDC TV Air Fire, 1957 Project for Air Fire, and you bring Ghanaian Citizen TV, so Air Fire. Joseph Yamin page is so fire. Mianka me page or Facebook, Kevin Taylor, and so Air Show with Dindi, and a Hopex TV and radio, so and you bring more Air Fire. Bidding Eddie Kevin, Eko Bedu Taylor, Mianfantini, Mianka so me Togoni Kakra, Messiah Unini typical. Me aso misati me girlfriend penyini pa no ofri Lebanon ba ko so efri asankregwa e na eye kwansema nankasa de onobo defense intebe din se onsa beka no enwumbre yaba no ne yaba ye ba be chechirem de bedwudwem ama Ghana fo nyina ehu no kre a e wo se yetie e de enhu asem de beka na enwumbre last week Wednesday Thursday Friday ya nye show inti yempese uru be fi nyama binti Yenim say last week and another Dankwa Akufo-Addo and any MPP aban ebe kan state of the nation echire Ghana bibia yedrum pempenso yedru ayanke bi and ebe kakra because in here say bia nsem bi wo ha ya nhara nkyerem ye magana fo anti ne ye nti ebi wo ha ye uma ye beto afa ho ne atwom adwene si bibi so na ende asema eda pono so no ya kyerkyerem nti eno so asema eda ho ende na dwumadie we dwumadie bi a sebio o hweme a miankasa person de bia na ompem asem metiase nipa dodo bebre o Ghana ompem asem eno de menimu ni asem no enehia sebio se obi jimi a yenka nche ne se de wo ye ne nye oso ka kire onanim se jai jimi no se ne be ya sa jimi no osa ye bi man na adwene betwe akosi se imbre bi Kevin Taylor ka se min jai jimi no sa jimi no se mi jai enti ebia na wo chen me ebia mesome chen ebia wo sika chen me ebia wo ho fa chen me ebi sukura me kura mo ho fa chen ebi kura ye ka se mo sika chen ebia obusia wo free mu no sikafo wo mpa ebia to Bugatti sesi emi so wo so a wo hwe mi ebia wo so obusiam eye konkonsafo wo ni nyina yɛmfa nto nkyɛn na yɛnti asɛm no na asɛm no enko na betumi amehu de pɛ asɛm no enko na betumi ama yɛ safa hodie no ntimi a wo mpɛ ma asɛm de yɛmfa me ho nipa bebree mpɛ ma asɛm ɛyɛ okay ɛne kora boa ɛma metumi yi nipa mepɛ sɛ me ne ɔmo nante ɛwɔ wiase nti ɛyɛ very important sɛ wobɛde saa de no bɛto nkyɛn na wobɛtie asɛm no ɛne onyankopɔn ka kyerɛ yɛ so asɛm no ɛne nyame nti wa ha nwumre ya ti asɛm no na forget me deɛ sɛ me blacky kura no problem ai sɛ me kura mpo de maso de sada anko kura mpo a obetuma afrɛ maso aso it's normal but asɛm no is very important and in a platform we should be can say we are messengers yɛne yɛde asɛm no ba no deɛ mɛndwene yɛ ho asɛm no a yɛde ba no asɛm no bɛtumi agye wo nkwa ɛno ɛna wɔ sɛ ɔdwene ho so with me if you don't like me I see you I don't care MPP chairman for nyina mo Ghana mo pɛ ma asɛm I don't care but I'm here because you are here and I'm watching you and you people know that I am here but I am watching NDC for mo so mo pɛ ma asɛm mo pɛ so mo bɛka no I don't care munya ban mu ba mentwe ma mo it is a fact and you people need to get this I'm not here to entertain anybody. I am not here to please anybody. From my father all the way to my last sister. I'm not here to please anybody. I am here to tell you the facts. When I say things, I don't think about say where they be affected. I say when they affected. Say no I don't have a problem with it. Internet they be no better time catch say unim send Ukraine you should never look back. And I have never sat in on this platform and I say in this seat to contemplate or to run my mind back to say me can send in there. It's so difficult for me to do. I cannot do it. What I can do is to go straight to the issues, say it as it is, for us to think as one people, to meet at a point to develop this nation. I a friend of Ghana. So as you see me, I also see you. Let me say hello to a few ladies. Very important. In Bema no krampo de say mon hwem kura monko emfa me ho ai umbo Philimia said last weekend the Enrich na mo New York ai na me kwastra Mr. Article Mr. Article nice guy ai oyechirianti me pese me kan sem bebre very very nice guy I went to the Bronx yeah because south and me by the other side I went to see two people special people in the Bronx it was quite interesting we drew Bronx you know as usual, Bronx, because Madam AC, more Bronx. I think there's some videos be out, and there was a woman Obusa John Mahama question be say I didn't know John Kennedy Japan did John Mahama to John Mahama and Kabibia. Yeah, that woman I've known her for a very long time. I'm phoning him. She's even a relative, like very very close, but in go phone him. And so I went to the Bronx and I went to say hello to her because I don't want to pa otumia meet pa mama. I just went to say hello to her. Wonderful lady, wonderful family. Was a quick visit. Our mom, you know, more rough. Nice girls. Back with a friend no, everybody di and about so. Ketuano dear, a girlfriend. On Pekasakra. Now Penino, oh yeah, nice rough. Penino, jai. Koko nice Jack ya can nice the bande girls too na penyino e ready Jakopon girl hu efe ya ka so jai inti me ko honium ko din komo very nice woman beautiful family ne ba penyino hwe akobi text me oh Jack so put you through there put you through oh, the capre put me through. Put you through. Some say, Penny nicer. Put me through. You're Oba there. Higher travel agency. Oba higher travel and toss. Quote free. Oh, in Patadamu nada, and I put me through. A better rock America. In Patadamu nada. Bugger some more information. Your dinner tea. Oh, bugger put you through to the way. To the wine hall. For 10 minutes, baby, then come here, keke. Yako kwanso near the kwanso as some brewa, and I put me through. Oh, hanky back we want to put you through to the world. But the band they are very beautiful. Isra was my favorite. Miniature picture, very, very beautiful. Thank you very much to Omoma Meso. She really did some nice meat pie, mame. Very, very wonderful woman. Thank you very much. And I'm a call into to me machine. No, I'm to me machine. No, I'm finding a baller be but no problem. And I'm called Mr. Article. Now Mr. Article, no sir, Mr. Articles are real talk. Onya Boom, Mr. Article, sir, Mr. Article. Oh, let me take care of this. Mr. Article, me drew baby all Bronx, nice area. On any few Guana, a new house pa. And I'm saying, Mr. Article, so Mr. Kevin, one cause I want to name many other. I'm so yeah. Jack, say area Honino, a die on 900 years, 60 years, 1932, Mr. Article dynasty and saying, Mr. Article, no, what down so Kevin saying, Nipakasa. Mr. Article, don't know. And I say, Mr. Article, me lie, so. And I for sir, and I know someone say New York, America, especially New York, there. And then I Bronsana say, and yes, 6 floors, you need elevator, you need a lift in him. And some Mr. Article down a mono for into a 5-story, into a lift in him. I'm kind of left in a pardon for an NTS. Into the do it, I say, Mr. Article say, oh, you want to shopping beneath for top. I only do it on orphan and San Cabibia, and I'm so okay. Next year, community, you could be a king, and you got to, oh, Miss Article, so you say, but so only 5 pet in team. Yeah, Mr. I'm to top when you found was so, and I'm just articles saying, I see, yeah, first test don't cost through, and I'm saying, eh, me no me 5-story, na me bado, a mobile swami, Miss Article, and also, wait, I say a gym, I, but Miss Philip's article, then I'm near a gym, I say, you try 5 for and young grand crow. You do 4th floor down, Mr. Article bag and it's here. And I come before I go to you and decided in your as I go from. They say, I'll see it says from Embassy side of the Article and then come. And then one case of corner cost Sabra. Because you have to do 4th floor, Hannah bag, Betty. Into Mr. Article, so a wonderful guy, and not oil fasting team, Hano. That much. You can follow Mr. Article on Facebook, Shafiq Suleiman, Real Talk. I met one lady to Umil Keith, honestly related to Mr. Article, very, very wonderful woman, also a die-hard fan of, without due respect, Umil Keith. Yes, a very, very wonderful woman of Osrepa. Umil Keith, the mama can't say. Now, also could a shopping bag be shopping card or shopping cart be I san and I would do I say. And also Kevin, my bag is out. What is what I said? Also, no problem. It will kit. We are sure next time in New York. No, now what shopping bags, shopping cart from. Now I send you this one. Go back when they could turn and I san and tell this what I say. And to how they say, thank you very much. Inti, that's what happened in New York City. Now I call Mr. Article demo. And I know how you relax. Be the ding. Just say, Mr. Article, why these are a big man or Bronx? And I say, I see how just say, I could be a pack of cars. And a team, almost bonum. And I'm saying, Mr. Article. Nadine is area. Also, I had a sow. I a chim Puerto Rico for no to the cabisia. On my bonum, so many baby that and some more nice car. Any a cataphone. And I'm saying, Mr. Article, no, this cannot happen. And I'm saying, Mr. Article, Shashet and Yanko. I don't know what to make of the offer you about me that, and I'm starting to say, okay, because I'm a cataphone, and yeah, we go, and I say, hey, shut up, guys, shut up, and I'm saying, oh, nigga, what? I was nigga, what saying? Nigga, what saying? You guys are making noise. Mr. Article cannot sleep. Also, we got you, Mr. Article's our guy, we got you, and I'm saying, we got you, way. Mr. Article cannot sleep. He's like, you got me. Me, I don't live here. I said, the guy can't sleep. Stop the noise and all that. So, nigga, we got you. We're not going to do that. This guy's our guy. And I'm saying, hey, you got who? Who got who? It's very important to it got one so cool down. I said, I'm in Bronx, bro, for no you got nerves. We got you, bro. We got you. Yeah, this hip hop, you know. Only baby that here hip hop. Akwabi. The show who see me original and when you a coke back we could this is 80s hip hop say from here to where from oh a food stamp now GGDD we got 80s hip hop for shirt na just friend also guy you man you my guy you say you want you a guy but power no my guy all right Umar Kit so thank you very much na they see what Bronson no but the report na bremo we me show no exactly 4 p.m. here definitely 8 p.m. in Ghana you got me for the aim in some phone what no read nana you got you but say the guy is my brother. Stop making noise. Also, we know you got quarter, Mr. She. Yeah, but Pamwa per quarter. What the quarter quite what quarter dot. And you know, my brother, you know, you got quarter, and I'm yeah, but Pamon. Oh, say Busam said me I got quarter or the other day. What the quarter dot. Phenomenal articles why Dean. Some article on Pentoka or a very nice guy. Why Dean would not like free down on bra. I got down so also action. Mr. Article, why are you lizarding? Let's say, oh, lizarding. Or let's say, why is it called Osro Aston? Osro Aston. And I'm saying, Mr. Article, get the OG, so come and let's stop these people. Or Taradaho, stop lizarding and come. Mr. Article, I got Taradaho. And I'm so sure, I had the bunga mo. Also, okay, the lady I met, no, Mr. Article, correct me. Your friend Safia Tahiru Wangu. Yeah. Thank you very much, Mr. Article. Yes. I think it's Umo Keith and a woman trim. But the lady I met on the bag, shopping cart and ice and antano. Very nice lady. I always got rough. Very, very beautiful Muslim woman. Your friend Safia Tahiru Wangu. Safia, I'm your number one fan. Just say, oh, she was so excited to see me. Oh, I saw Kevin. Oh, let's take a picture. I was beautiful. But science someone you see and son of my meneba. I say any heart. Young person man be say any agony boom. So I go who for. But later no nya him kakra so Kevin. Yeah, me go to a giant. I was go to a giant the other day. Also, so quiet and comfortable on the bam so. Into me go to a giant. I'm saying tactical. What America go to giant? Go to giant. A giant. Do you know a giant? Arrow. Bow and arrow. What you want a Kevin the country I'm in here. Mr. Article, me Jano on the oh boss, so boss, make I go buy a giant. And I'm so a giant on the other end. Also say that we know me, a giant give me a good pa. When I put the giant, I'll put it in poison. And when I shoot it, it will Mr. Article, shut up. Go and buy gun and stop a giant on the other end. Mr. Article, pay giant. What the Browns go to giant? What go Hannah? All right, this Mr. Article in Yanto. Everything is fine. Bronx. My Texas is here also near Bibian Tono. You see, the guys know now. You are brothers, you are a brother. We got you. In the say the Omuniano no, I only a catafono. Odu only omunya fine, but omuni send protection no. Edruho into omunyan bibia. Mr. Article, you are okay. Why? We got you. All right, so yes, Safia Tahiru Wangu. Thank you very much, Safia. I really appreciate the advice and all of that. Thank you very much. Mr. Article, go and buy a gun and stop. You are going to buy a giant. I go to a giant. Consumer started. You were able to go and visit people who were important to you over the weekend, and you couldn't even text me. I'm tired of your shenanigans. I'll tell Kennedy Japan to see you again. Consumer, and your in some tray or tray, and one titantum and consumer some kaka. All right, now let's move forward. I got you, babes. All right, who else is here? Nana Kobana is watching me this evening. I can see Mickey F live here on Loud Silence TV this evening. I can also see Ajwa Manuel smiling. Ajwa, I love you. I know. You are my girlfriend on Facebook. Latif Rati is also here. Aisha Bulai is watching. Kevin Tell and Ghost Team. I got you, ladies. I got you. Ahmed Adam. I got you, Ahmed. Young go to a giant. Mr. Article go to a giant. A giant wa America. A giant. Now me who are Debbie or Bronx or hey. But Mr. Article area ho me free Mr. Article area. Hey, and sing pani. Mr. Article area where nice pa south a very beautiful area. And the dining crowd obinya. Now remind Jack. Now me say me free Mr. Article walk akra no. Hey, I say me do bubuashi. Hey. A year post started down. Yeah, chicken. Me say, hey, and I'm saying because I had a side. It is like that. The lotto doctor, and I'm saying, hey, I got them. I say, yeah, we got you. Bronson, yeah. I can also see Jill Adiza watching Kevin Taylor and the Ghost Team this evening. Mona Abdullah is live on Loud Silence TV this evening. I can also see Kofi Azuma. Kofi, I went to New York, Kofi. Awudu Ali is watching Kevin Taylor. Will be some member Pennsylvania. I will come there very soon. Tisikaso Enso is also here watching me this evening. James Gadzo is live on Loud Silence TV. Don't test me again. I can also see Amma McGold saying, hey Kevin, Kofi Azuma. Kofi, I got you. Kofi, it is not I got you. Okay, I got you now. And I say Ghana for slangs. Kofi Sako Tron for I got you. IGA. And you got you. I got you. Man, I got you. Kofi, stop that. We are slanging here. You are also taking us back to Asangregwa. Kofi, I got you. So you got me. Right. All right. Thank you. Who else is here? In Sembebriu. I can also see Encho Richardson watching me this evening across the world. Thank you very much, Encho. my producer and say, oh say, I have like 5 producers. Me oba producer 1 on China. Now, and Memani is so stubborn say, in some of them can Mr. S, Mr. P, Mr. I. Also, boss, go back the one you were talking about in the Bronx, Madam Acey's daughter, the beautiful, the fair one. No, that she want to be on date rush. Rush. Uhinim. Oh, trot out for. No, guys, trot out for. Oh, baby, that she want go date rush. Date rush, Tankwas 4 way on the better to Saga way home. Huh? They tried Sankwas 4 way, 9 left way, no more to say, shut up. I don't do that. All right, let's do the do. They trash for me, Mr. Marona Pie, Monia left, and they trash, you see a nice power. They trash. Me, that more friendly be US. Or pedestrian rush, however, every Saturday, when Saturday and Sunday. Now, was what texted me, Kevin, today, dear, it's not easy. And I'm sitting there, see what I said the dance, Mr. Moody, Mumuni Bibi or Ghana, and because I didn't want to take Ghana. So we're done with the social media, the hello segment. Let's take care of business right now. And then some who in some one Tiana, I got you, no. I got you, babies. Thank you very much. I got you too. Who is that? Nathaniel, I got you. Thank you. You better giant, bro. I will send you one a giant. Mr. Article, we got you, Menstro. I can't afford them. And I'm going to catch Mr. Article. Mr. Article. Say, what is it? Bronson, time and I'm New York. No. Say, what in New York? Now we say ice cream, the anke ton area, ice cream vans now, ice cream trucks now, bano. Anka ice cream, the anke area, and gedino. Say, Oko Bronx. Now, say, an adjo level bit on ice cream, and ice cream, or ton win or ton. I any moment na. A Bronson, Kwana Boko, and adjo 10 o'clock, na obi ice cream car, or ton ice cream, and adjo 10. Or bois or ton we. Inti un sarame manenya wanwa. I got you a ring or ton. I. Sa ice cream bear near bonnet king in the fresh customers. On ton ice cream. I could be on where the ice cream 11 o'clock. Some ton ice cream and I do 9, 10 pet. That means to say a ring or ton. And then I catch them. I'm a catcher, Mr. Article. So okay. What am I Article? Go for him. And I do 11 your ton ice cream. Ice cream 11 your dinner. A ring or ton. King. I got you, bro. I got you. Okay, thank you very much. Now let's do the do. oh, Minka, I got you too. I got you. Tomorrow morning will be Uncle Shea a power morning show. No, and I'm Power FM. One morning show is one of the best morning shows now. My monitor airwaves Nikakra BB. I'm beginning to. If there's one show I watch. Sorry, no more but I glanced through that show. Now, me want to say, a Power FM morning show is becoming one of the best morning shows in Ghana. And the beauty about it is the host is so neutral to the point whereby Obiabeka said Power, a NDC station, but you could see how this host, sometimes he pushes even the NDC guest on. And I get so excited when I see people decide to say they're going to go for the issues. They are not going to be like, okay, fine, Power is an NDC platform, NT. You just have to let people walk through. No. So it's become one of those shows, honestly, it's taking over Ghana morning shows. And Minka is one of those guys we need to be looking at. Very, very, very smart guy. Very, very smart guy. He makes morning show looks very, very interesting. Indeed, I would urge everyone to say in the mornings, a power morning show is very important. Obiankoshe, trust me, if I endorse something, number of reasons I may endorse it. There are so many shows I can endorse, but this particular show is basically changing morning shows in Ghana, and I hope he doesn't get so swollen-headed. He will concentrate and make sure, say, no credit there, it gets to where it has to get. So thank you very much, boss. And I know you make everybody proud. Irrespective of the person in front of you, NDC, MPP, give them the questions that are very important for them to answer. It is very, very important. I got you, Minka. I got you. All right, into your hello segment, Now, we need to take care of quickly. And Sana, ya start show, no. Bobby, I am live, oh. This is my uncle who was on the same flight with Nanado Dankwe Kufuado when he was flying to Dallas. My uncle was coming here, and the same day Nana Ekufuado was flying. No? He too was in the same flight. I was here when he called me and said, Kevin, Okpo is flying this is on this flight with me. And I'm so really I said, also it's a comedy. And I'm kind of that it's comedy. Oba befa nejet no $. So that the issue is, yes, Ghana for you are receiving a lot of calls to say I'm not live, I'm live today. You can tell your friends say Maba. There are some few things I know you refi into say kai ho. Now Mukaid around 2017, 2018. And then Matissa Nanado Danko Kufuado a granted interview to a year the BBC. And in the interview, no, I can't send be brave. We will take our time to listen to that interview. It is looking like the president is downplaying the hardship in Ghana. He does not care. All that he's thinking about is people will just call him, say, you are Mr. President. But when it comes to addressing the issues itself, giving respect to the hardship in the system, Nana Dankwe Kufuado as a comedian, no, he does not care. We will deal with that matter. It is very, very important, say, we address that issue. But before that, let's do some little reminders. Na yenkwe nimna senebe Ghana for be where we are when it comes to a year ekrowe. The lies are ND MPP abanwe any Kufuado ede Ghana abedu. Mokai Sadia way. Let's watch this. We will be back. Let's watch this.
We are also anticipating that this year we'll start the Akufo-Addo flats in the constituencies. Plans are afoot to do that. I do not see how we can do the business of giving our people places to dwell without creating land banks. It is the goal of the ministry to keep the price of housing units low through a host of major cost control factors which increase efficiency and keeps costs to the barest minimum. The ministry's first consideration is the availability of land for public housing, which requires forward planning and earmarking of suitable land. A vast majority of members of parliament have secured lands for purposes of providing affordable housing units in various constituencies in the country. This will be the launch pad of the Akufo-Addo flats across the length and breadth of the country. It is gratifying to note that our traditional overlords have shown commitment to the wiping out of the deficit and have donated lands for housing undertakings. We are grateful to Otumfuo Osei Tutu II, the Asantehene, for donating 100-acre land lying, being, and situated at Dedieso in Kumasi to meet, how's it pronounced? The Desuya. Yes, I was pronouncing the Asante well like an Achiman. The Desuya in Kumasi to meet the acute needs of our people. I think other traditional overlords will emulate this example. My minister also anticipating that this year we'll start the Akufo-Addo flats in the constituencies. Plans are afoot to do that. I do not see how we can do the business of giving our people places to dwell without creating land banks. It is the goal of the ministry.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm very, very sorry. This is my fault. I take the blame. Now, video na mo share near Atachia, and Atachia was saying something called a year Akufo-Addo flats around 2018 there, and on Beka. Now the question is, what happened to the Akufo-Addo flats? What happened to the Akufo-Addo flats? Because near Tiano Mwabe a press conference, Atachia time Minister of Housing. Now, question also can be say a year or two for or say to two, ama a year the ministry no a year 100,000 acre of land. You perceive musa sasa no or two for the Maoman or two for Saji. These are the same people who told us to say they were going to build 111 district hospitals. Almost say, almost see 77 hospitals. These are the same people, and they Kufuado, Atachia, and Omamakano. These are the people who told us they were going to build 350 senior high schools. These people today are telling you, say, E-levy is 6 billion, no, the E-levy can solve Ghana's problems. These things, no, not because we hate anybody. You say, you kai Ghana for, the kind of comedians we are dealing with. And the reason why sometimes people say, why do we use some words we are using today? It's because of the actions of these comedians, these liars, these ingrates. Now, Sir Papawe, as a minister, Ghana for him can say they are going to build the Ekufuado flat. John Dramani Mahama and the NDC, during their term, they were able to build over 1,500 houses. Ewo Segleme. As we speak today, Nana Addo Dankwa Ekufuado has been president for 6 years, almost. The Segleme house, the Segleme house, it is rotten. There was a time we saw Ayariga go there, take a video to tell Ghanaians what actually is happening there. As we speak, these are all monies that we are wasting. We were told to say, Segleme house, investigation was being done. Because they know they don't have anything, they went to say, Bruce Derry, Collins Dowda. So we are taking Collins Dowda to court. If you are taking Collins Dowda to court, does it mean the Segleme housing project has to be abandoned? This is the 6th year of NPP. Sometimes yes, I know need a kaka Ghana for my imagine says Sebio Ekufuado na ba ni Jimmy Kranombe so moso. These are some of the things we need to do to remind you said these people cannot help. They have no plans. They have their level of intelligence, how to govern, it is not there. Atachaka is a Ekufuado flat. Otumfo said to. So I am sending this message to Otumfo. I am sending this message to Mensia. Mensia, me pacho Mensia, Otumfo nana, manisi sumina so. The 100,000 acres of land na modema abino. Modi amo man I say we nyam fa amo. We want to know because we cannot allow these politicians, these black-looking creatures, come and just say things because there will be no consequences. This same Atachia today has that infantry to stand in parliament to speak some fake slangs, making people think he's the best lawyer in Ghana. So where is this guy? And what is Ekufuado saying about the Ekufuado flats? And I'm bringing this up because these are the same people and the Omaba back. I'm going to say, E-levy will save you. E-levy will change Ghana. Ebema Ghana be krabeshe. The E-levy be being besida. But consistently, these people have promised 1 district, 1 factory, 1 constituency, 1 million, 350 senior high school, 88 hospitals, Ekufuado flats. They have said so many things. One of them they have not been able to accomplish. We sit here today and ask ourselves to say, I say, it's about time we started making sure say these people pay for the mismanagement and the lies. They need to pay because no kahone Ekufuado to be in parliament, no Ojimi who you say. Because Ombumo, he does not respect you people. Or who presidents didn't say some entitlement to be some comedy club, some old age some old age fun fair or fun club. He does not respect that position as the president of the Republic of Ghana. Into the parliament, no Jimmy, no, you say, I just say Don Patro. But the issue is, if the president is technically fooling himself like this in parliament, in the middle of a crisis to say, we are seeing, and the way the economy, today our inflation, today Ghana's inflation is about over 15%. And the president stands in parliament, state of the nation, foolishly exhibit the biggest form of comedy. Now Yajin said there's nothing wrong. We should understand there's a problem. To me as a Ghanaian, the comedy of these people and the lies, I will not accept it because I'm expecting people who respect themselves and respect me to lead me. I cannot have childish old men to come stand in parliament to exhibit foolishness for me to sit here and clap. And then somebody will use his age as an excuse. His age should be something that his actions should equate his age. Ekufuado's action does not equate his age. he acts as if he's 4 years, and then his age, which is 79 or 82, which he is hiding, I don't care. But see, a Tikromna said, "Omu chantro every day," and we think it's a joke. It's not. I wanted to remind you people. Now let's watch this too. These are all reminders. The words we are using, we will not stop because the fooling hasn't stopped. The moment you have not decided, we will not stop using the strong words. It's a fact. It's a promise. And it does not matter who is president. The moment you don't conduct yourself as the leader, as the president, as somebody who respects himself, we will not also respect you. And the Kufuor has shown clearly that his age has given him away because he is not acting according to his age. He acts as if he is 4 years old or he's 4 years old. I think I have to say it that way. Now, Muntia we so asema ono so kan na yen hwe the people leading us today in Ghana.
Fertilizer. It's only the grains. Grains, you know, so who can bro?
Yes.
Mainly that.
Yes.
And then Katia Krabi. So, but the bulk of Ghanaians, you know, and you win you did buy banchini board there for fufu ne yams ne by ne yeah, and no yamfa fertilizer ne. So, it is a bit because oh, the boy a ding. Then it's a boy a ding. Now, more think can account. Udru Kumasi a different story. A Duania boo
in Kumasi.
Oh yes, and beyond. Western region. But dear pa a pro share go. Santiachem. Omo kwa could be market over Wagadugu. Said 20-30 trucks a day of plantain and so top. It is all in crying now, so I do any boy there and crying and I'm making what they free. You know why Rumina or they are all the way these high prices of transport near daddy. You obviously also the tussle. Now I won't cry no try the boarding. But more buying production centers in there. And this this out trunk so Ghana them a boarding. Do any boarding. Kubuso the oti body Western North. No one can show.
Yeah, but say Nipano, Ebia Nipano because aduane boaye den no. Say Ebia me Ghana hana me won nkran na mete. Minim body, minim techiman, minim an nkran. Me ko edwom e won nkran. Me ko to aduane se ne boarding.
Yes.
That is my reality. And yet somebody's reality should not be my reality.
Yes, but that is
me me aka say aduane boaye den.
But the American show no say. And no ye me madwuma. And until I buy high workers all over the country, every district, every nook and cranny, your officers or agriculture officers who are almost compiling information at the back in your bank and analyzing so that you get a general picture. Into more and more money, multi radios. That is the kind of information you need instead of say, oh, crime dead boy into Ghana and dear boy.
Yeah, but that
and that's
information
the
is not available. We don't have that.
Yeah, but because you don't ask for it. Ubami wa met me the amount. Because I'll be in chamber now, our ministry. Now me check your name on the piano. Now the betrayers there. Now if your boss one man will say yes. It's only the grains. Grains, you know, so who can bro?
Yes.
Mainly that.
Yes.
And then Katia Krabi. So, but the bulk of Ghanaians, you know, and you win you did buy banchini board there for fufu ne yams ne by ne yeah, and no yamfa fertilizer ne. So, it is a bit because oh, the boy a ding.
So, this is the Agric Minister of Ghana. Ono na hwe yenduan nsem so nyina yemfuo, and he sits in front of a journalist. No ka say induane bi wo ha yemfa fertilizer na dua. Na otiakra nko na o complain say duane boy den. Na ono de ohun Ghana for no mote enkran no nko ka say duane boy den say they don't know what is happening. Now, my first question is, as a journalist, say, Minister Tina we nim kura catcher say Ghana induane a yedi nipa no yemfa fertilizer na ya also say that person is not fit for that office. Yeah. That person is not fit for that office. He does not know what he's talking about. He's ignorant about everything. Now, so Sako ne nim kase, mo a moten kran se aduane boa edin, na o kase mo a moten kran no, aduane na yebo de muni rice am complaining, then it means he says still this guy does not understand the reality. He's out of touch. The reason is dentia ye kase nyoma boa edin ne se ye kase aduane boa edin a se ye obi twa ne banche e wo asankrigwa na efuo no ye no the 2000 Ghana na shemu na oton the banche no na banche ne nam asankrigwa befa kumase befa bekwai na ebeka nipa ne nsa won kran no matter what ne bo bekosoro. Now we are looking at the pace ebia 3 weeks ago and now 4 weeks ago na ye to sa banche na ekwani no wa asankrigwa twa ye na ye to no 2 cities no then 3 weeks ago na 2 cities and the same banche no every asankrigwa ebedru kumase no ana nkran no 7 cities. Then you need to understand that something has changed along the way. There's some effects. BB affected sa process na efe mu abedru ha no. BB ne den ebia na farmer no at the end of the day no na oya farmer or use fertilizer nko ebia farmer no or use fertilizer or use tractor and or the plow na asase no so. Ebia na farmer no or high laborers and omo ye adwuma e won asase no so. Enti ya to petrol obviously no labor ni fe adwuma abasa efonu sa side time na obese ni sika ni bi abeka ho. Sa tractor na odi use e wo sa efonu so no obeto petrol no ne bo be din. Owiere se otwa aduane na omo mo ba be hye de abakwan ho kra no he has to pay extra because omo so for car and ebedura. Enti everything has rippled. Bibia enya sa effect no enti aduane anka wo se ton 2 farmer no ton 2 cities e tu beka ensem 3 cities no and the ton 2 cities e beka ensem 7 cities. Now if an Greek minister stands in front of you neka say you are in Accra and you are complaining about aduane boa dinner na oka say you don't know what is happening, then that man does not know what he's talking about. He's ignorant. Because one small flick, which is yamfa fuel nkwa petrol kosra aduane na every farmer ni ho embedru eye malata market no na kosro. Now for a journalist to sit there and allow this man to ignorantly spew nonsense without pushing him to the wall, I'm not saying physically, literally making him understand to say you are not doing your job. The issue is aduane boa din because nyome moya din abana ma nyome moya din, and Ghana is a country that relies basically on fuel. Now when I say Ghana, say a 2 petrol more Ghana, there are other things that do more Ghana, but petrol kwaya tuma affects every single thing on the market. Now such a platform near nipa na betina no say nnuane bi wo ha yemfa fertilizer na ye no bi o 10-acre plot or 20-acre plot say nya sonkwa na odedo ebi or tractor bi odedo sa asase so otofi on a good tractor nim, so obviously we obeti the fuel car or the laborers that is 10-acre no so o we are laborers no beti omuka say first no moje 1 city they say omuje 2 cities and so eba be shade kam. And you need to understand the say yes something burden is being pushed from the government onto the people, which is basically at the end of the day affecting the people's life. Because the more the government tightens things for us as a country holistically, but you say okay say we should not look at it holistically, we need to look at it macro and micro. And it's not mobile politics now, mobile so let's look at the macro, the macro, and then later bring it down to the micro. Because or you say okay macro now, which is the bigger version, and I say generalize everything now, he can have a place to hide. But the moment you say micro, near look at his job as an Greek minister, what he is also doing to make sure say Indiana Boyafo, what is he doing to sustain the peasant farmers? Senebaya, ebia fertilizer na yesene boy deno. What is the government going to do to ease that pressure? Senebaya almost so emusa abino ye de ye te se time na mahama ho no ye de fertilizer na eche omo na almost sebio adwempa bom to maka se na nyoma no so ye ntumi ntumi sa because abanpo e boy kakra am ye ho hehan. These farmers are buying fertilizer. These farmers are buying high fuel. These farmers are paying high for laborers. These farmers are paying a lot to sustain their farms. You expect food to be cheap. So the moment food goes up, you need to understand the fundamentals. The government has failed. Because farmer no on there, so everybody wants to grow and sell quickly. Why the person about nyoma $500? They need them. No, they want it to go. You were to 4 boy. There's a reason why you want a to 4 boy. Yes, a retail for a to 4 domo. They just need a little bit of profit. Go back and do their job. But the moment he's trying to give you a little bit of profit, that's one share, not a tifrima M1. No, that person is not going to give it to you. Into the arrogance and the ignorance. If I were this guy, I would have just made people understand. Say, what hurts me or what pisses me off about this government is they don't have that attitude of apologizing when they fail. They don't have it. You are an agric minister. We are Ghanaians. We go to the market every day. For all you know, this guy has never been to the market in 6 years. The reality is people are struggling. People want solutions. You don't sit there and at the end of the day turn the problem and make it look like it's the people's problem. They're ignorant about what they're talking about. It is not. And that is what I hate about this Lilliput government. Because they always want we the people to feel, say, yeah, problem, no, we don't understand governance. Yeah, Jimmy Dodo, we complain too much. Why? Why did we vote? Why did we vote? Why did we want you people to come in? Because you told us, "Nyomana near 22 cities, no, oba obetuma tisuma number 1 city." As we speak, what triple price, no? That is why people are saying, say, things are not working. You have lost it. Very, very clueless man. Yombo, enkwasi akeka, obi antumi nkanenim. These people know nothing. I'm going to broche. Jantra. They don't know anything about agric. They don't know anything about management or managing an economy, managing the agric sector. This guy is where will be the president too? This guy wants to be president. Recently, United said cassava cra ye cra free China. Also, banchina ye cra banade ye banchibia is for what did they say? It's for I don't know. He says something. Sa banchina ye free China banade. Sa banchino is for industrial use. And the yen crabibia. Now it's Ghana in this tropic. Now say yentumin dia by these industries to buy in large quantities to do whatever they want to do with it. Then what's the use of assassin or Ghana? No? What's the use of the ministry? Because we can grow every single thing in Ghana. So why is it say you are even proud to say I banchina a credit banner sa banchino for industrial purposes? You are not even supposed to make that. If you were the agric minister of Ireland, that's all make his statement. Because Ireland don't mean banchino. Because we are the agric minister of Denmark. Assassino, the way it's called there, don't mean banchino. I'll give you room. But we live in Ghana, where we have so much. You in Sase, Kantan Kwankwa betme dia Asase 300,000 acres. Banchin Kantan Kankwa. And then you sit and tell me, say, oh, that one is for industrial purposes. But you didn't want to you are foolish because then we cannot create. So the problem comes back to we cannot create, but we want to make money. We can't create. We cannot generate any revenue. This is a clear-cut failure because Sawun Tumin Dia Banchi or Ghana for industrial purposes and grow some for consumption. Then you are a fool. You know why? Because everywhere in Ghana, if you decide to grow cassava, Ghana, so why are we here? Why are we following these people? Why are we allowing these ignorant idiots to take over us? We are feeding them like chicken. Because I was expecting the government to say, you know what? NAPCO for 50,000 workers. Ghana, every region be 50,000 acres. Yes, 50,000 acres. Every region in Ghana you can grow cassava. Every region. Into NAPCO for see already a catch for them to them every region, 16 regions, 50,000 acres. You be making just industrial cassava. You be do you know how much money we're going to make? Our neighbors near there, they need it. Now you're my John way, the name lines way, akokura way, yombo, John guy where but now said he wants to blame us. These dialysis ignorant souls. These things were just by the way. Now I'm trying my best to make sure said we cover them. This is another one. I think we are not supposed to give it any attention, but let's just do it.
What touching every segment of education, and then you know Osoro say papa she 1 and 2 omunya baby kura nsua de abaya si school dan e bin si da 75% completion e wo Kumasi a ena akura pese osua sunitwa osua ha yesi even Chinese movie kura na e be yibi enkura be hu e friend Ghana Chinese utin say omusua ho ade anim dia Kumasi ye ni nyina yibi enkura be hu e friend Ghana Chinese utin say omusua ho ade anim dia Kumasi ye ni nyina baby enkura be hu e friend Ghana Chinese utin say omusua ho ade anim dia Kumasi ye
me de bia me ka che Ghana for say especially the ni Kumasi for asante for obi antan obi awo it is a fact say ya me ni anya din na yanka no kre na yanya honest e wonye bia e wona ekuro no ye ne be say ekuro no na sometimes we ka san say obi to be so won pe Ghana ye obusuafo nim now sa akwa we yam friends sticker in share so MP we no metuma ka kire o jimi yo and ana sometimes no amafo be person be accept it fa woni fa NDC for MPs nim so obenya obi a wajimi say ya no let's be honest here oma na ye from babies with sharp teeth today they are controlling parliament. Why now what NPP side of government in parliament how between what compare Okujato Ablakwa when it comes to consistency, integrity, conduct, somebody who basically you can see, and if you even have some strong words against you, you swallow it. Look at the contribution of Suhini Dems. Look at the contribution of Sam George. Look at the contribution of the young ones. Sosu. Look at them. Look at these young ones. Emani bi. I to say, Jomro Empino, Afutofi. Look at the other ladies there, Rawlings. Look at them. Just look at the other side and look at us. Oh yeah, yenye assessment. These young ones in the opposition side, they are running Ghana politics, and they are running it with integrity and wisdom. When you go to parliament and these people are contributing out of parliament, their contributions and the way they conduct themselves, you can see, say, they are ready to serve and they have something that we need to tap into. Jimmy way. In Shayaso, Jimmy way. And this is not the first time this fool has been exhibiting the highest form of foolishness. This is not the first time. Crying out loud, this is an MP. Your man $100,000. Say Ochinwe and Fankoto Cantinum. Your man per diem. Every time he sits on any committee. Your man ex gratia. This thing, this Don Patro. Sa kwa when I'm Ghana na we Jimmy no sa me who penny bia was santimema frana trans Jimmy no. And I said I want tia santimem na yes so. Now we MPO. Your man, your MPP for no. Na Jimmy for we na ma yen be say no. Ye media PPH ne. This guy is an embarrassment to NPP as a political party in government. Why have we lowered politics? Why have we lowered it like this? At time, you watch these things, you laugh, but later when you sit back, you're like, are these the people who can think and make decisions that will change our lives? The young ones coming, way Jimmy way, what can he say? What can he think? And this is not the first time. Recently, he made a statement about sickle cell patients. He did not have any example. He did not get any example. Or the sickle cell no, and the same thing Agabi so yeah. You remember people with disability and Agabi took off them and Odidi Mahamatem. These are people they be me catch the Ghana for NPP as a political party. No, sa in Kofo. I have said it over and over. This guy is a member of parliament. Over American a congressman. Yeah, it is quite disheartening because so what now we analyze here now who say so we don't see anything wrong with this, and then it becomes difficult for you to even come sit here and talk about Ghana because I was saying it's a penny was antimemo. I can say hey, Jimmy in a consistently you have been too foolish. And Shiaso is not a small constituency. Now ye nyansani bia wo Shiaso. party, tribe, adokurienti, yatam Jimini is of parliament. And all the things he was saying in summer no cano, nenisha na hina all kesi. He sits in parliament, he's telling us to say, yeah, baby, a Chinese movie. This way met much than a de oye Jimmy Jesoko prempe. E kurase prempe no koye. Because at this point, you as an MP, let's talk about the creative art. Let's talk about the government putting together a creative school. Do we need to be teaching Chinese movies there? 2022, for crying out loud. And these are the people, Jimmy honorable. What is honorable about this disgusting thing? Making noise. What's honorable about him? What is honorable about this? Oh, in Shayas now see me a crutchini, Madam Cotana Brochile, and I'm off our Jamine, and a DN, and a Kokumasa Tech, a Kumasi Legon, and a DN. Now, Mpinia, we are chin without your respect because you need to speak something. You need to say, you don't deserve to lead me. What school when you take a cry, you need to step out and say, whoa, I was expecting the youth at Inshaya to say, yeah, Jiminy, yeah. That's what I was saying. Say, let's do honest assessment. Some boys and babies with sharp teeth, they are the most intelligent boys and girls in parliament. Some of them are even presidential materials, and the NPP knows, we know their contribution, their intelligence, how they've been able to humble themselves, their integrity, their submissions. Share Oblakwa, Share Suini, some Mutaladems. Look at Sam George, look at Rawlings, look at these people, look at them, and compare to this twat. This guy is a twat who does not deserve to be in Ghana's parliament. But yeah, Jimmy, yeah, MPP for Don Patrick Betwamano, and the president Muncher, Payino Muncher, or Jan Parliament, no, ye say, I said Don Patrick or Dakumasuzu. Oh, yeah, for what? He's just taking everybody there for granted. He thinks we are foolish. We can't do shit. Because consistently, nobody is speaking against his stupid actions. In today, when we say Jimmy, who today is speaking against the president's actions? Nobody. Who is speaking against the president's actions? Nobody. People are allowing this man to continuously destroy this nation. He does not respect we the people. He does not respect the office he occupies. He sees everybody as a fool. And basically, if that is how it's working, the young ones too will be fooling. That's why you see Sticker in Shayesu MP consistently fooling himself. What has Chinese movie got to do with creative school? Were you not the same people who told us when you came to power that you were going to put together a Jacko TV, a Daddy Lumba TV? What happened to it? Mokacha Samoba Besi theaters. Every region. Theaters na ewain. These are clowns. And you see, me, I will not allow anybody to use age, use my background, use some religion to intimidate me for not speaking my mind. I will not allow you. Because clearly, you can't do me foco. And we have a typical president. He's basically an idiot. Yes, he's a complete idiot. His actions. The actions of the president or every individual, your actions will prove whether you are intelligent or you are foolish. And the Kufuor has consistently proven, this group leading us as NPP, they have consistently proven that they are idiots. It is funny, but it's disgusting at the same time. This parliament, Meno kase kwa constituency obi di ho edi matam. Jimmy we ko du nkran. On Jimmy o Jimmy no ho nkran. Motoma lo Kumase ebe du nkran. Won Jimmy o Jimmy no. Wabehu light, wabehu apo. Won Jimmy o Jimmy no ho. Wadom deche. Abedu nkran. Won Jimmy o Jimmy no ho nkran. Nipa dodo sen nim so o Jimmy no ho nkran. Won TV so hu. O tin hyaye so di matam. E de na o de aba hyaye so. Let's move forward. When you eye opener, let's do the do. These clowns. Oh, show me some time. I cannot introduce this guy to a friend here and say, this guy, this idiot is a member of parliament. Their integrity, what knowledge, and a man mayor MP. This guy cannot sit and analyze issues and say, Jimmy, way. Shia, way. Every single day, I'm catching young people in Ghana, the young ones coming up. Don't allow anybody. So, MP, start, get ready. If this fool can be an MP, so when we SS Krala say you are articulate, you can think, you need to get into politics. Makacha Ghana for Mamo ma sorry for impeni for religious leaders for being kase politics and conformity or say politics. We all should get involved to make sure that the right thing is done. When the 22, 23, 20, you have the right to be. I can't wait to be continue parliament. So, when the 32, 28, unim so unim nyansa chen no asa ko dila we say me kotwa ma otwe na wo no ye yi amokuya no wa infaso amokuya so chen because you know clearly you are even smarter than this fool. How can you vote for a fool to go lead you in parliament? Ask yourself that question. And then parliamentarians, many politicians, they've analyzed Ghanaians and seen say Ghana for Jimmy. Into every year, biano say a 2 abama mu year so men ko be typical example is for Bill Gates, Canada, Japan. Me say today if Canada, Japan leaves parliament, obemre sa agove. Onim he gets parliamentary shell. He's parliamentary immunity in order nanti we say. Me so a bema to say me he should leave parliament. Or cause every parliament that being onim what is coming. He knows the legal implications when he leaves parliament. He knows. Every single money he has made is through parliament. And he knows that the only show they're protecting in life to intimidate people is through parliament. How many times Uncle say he wants to leave parliament? I did bet you know, a man to me. See, every parliamentar and correct and to my friend Achichidi can rebel because what legal implications of femuno and can obenuno America heyakrano. He is being protected by that diplomatic passport. On him. And internet de biano, I won't leave parliament. When the parliament how many years? Ni krom kwa kronya or send the krom for ni ankwasia for strom metwamano. And I can confirm so for Sioux Central for me ankwasia for especially in tough one am because what now TV so can say in tough one ankwasia for the bayama muya to trafo penini imam be free sa for Sioux Central and can say MP Jai Jimino. No, it me whom nyas ankwasia for na mugo e chiriana we mo de yeden. You cannot speak for yourself. The person does not respect you. Mona mutua taxes. And anytime they be Medjai Parliament, Menko Parliament. If he's a man like me, Onjai Parliament 2024. I Kobe Franco Kosa Lulu. You know what? Because Ankanitube Bie, he will not get that parliamentary immunity again. And that is when he will see lawsuit upon lawsuits. And America nyane de kombem. Because all the parliament na attitude no and all the diplomatic passport and all shasiye on him. I am a businessman. I have money. Leave politics. Leave the seat and see men. And then the be a mechanic. Message you say, oh, yeah, Bema or Ghana or politics more wosikano, especially Canada, Japan. If you say you are a man, me I have proven to you that I'm a man. I'm not a kid. I'm not a coward. I will face you anyway. But me say to prove to Ghanaians say you are a legitimate businessman. Leave parliament. Leave that parliament, parliamentary protection, that immunity, that diplomacy, leave it, let it go. You will see you are nothing. Do you know the number of people who want to sue you? Do you know the number who want to take you on? Plenty people. That is why you are scared to leave parliament. Nankawya bema to send me a bibi dominante man go free parliament. Obesa be back our channel and mean free, me besa besa kwa na tell. Obe on to me. You know why? That is his breath. And then in the life. They don't have anything. Me say, they are nothing without politics. They use you people to make money. All politicians in Ghana, he said it on TV. Every politician is a criminal. Every politician is a this. Oh, I am part of it. Every day we are businessmen. In America, there's nothing called businessman. Nobody's a businessman. Show me what you do. I can file my taxes. The government will know my jobs I have done. Tell me what you do. You say you're a businessman. Who is a businessman? So that is what they do to you. That is what they do to you. They use politics to intimidate you people. But they are nobody without politics. And over I have said, so Kennedy Japan saw a Bema. He should say, I will not contest 2024. Washington, D.C., good lawyers. If he's a man, he should say, I will not contest. I don't need any parliamentary immunity. I don't need any protection from government. I am a businessman. You will see the number of suits that will come out. America here and because every time these people lie behind politics, every single day, every day. Oh, we are seeing all the politics here then. Kamikaze Riasi Kenya o constituency never the best constituency in Ghana. But it is the most filthiest constituency in Ghana. It is the underdeveloped constituency in the country. Why? Because you are making money out of the people. You are paid $100,000. Rich man, why don't you reject it? You were given $100,000 to go buy a car. Why didn't you reject the money? If you say you are the most richest man in Ghana, you don't need politics to survive. Why don't you step away from politics? Because you're getting nothing from inside. Because the service parts you are not delivering. You are getting what we call MP's Common Fund. We are not seeing any development in the constituency. What makes you so super something that you are scared? Or you're who for? Washington, D.C., they are good lawyers. Or you're who for? Onim. And Kennedy knows for a fact, the day he will say, I will not run for parliament, that will be the beginning of his, I'm a businessman. That will be the beginning of his exposure. That's it. Say the only thing he has into Ghana only passport krano. You are more powerful than Kennedy. Leave parliament. Leave. Only certificate on Nam Ghana. See, free parliament. On also parliament 24 years. Kennedy 24 years. Or such a they are milking you people. They know you people are foolish. They will intimidate you people. These people, they are not people you people are supposed to be scared of. Why are you scared of them? If they say they are rich people in the world, they should leave our politics. Because we need people who are eager to work, to be paid a little bit and also support the system. Yes. I am not telling any parliamentarian to go and build a school. That is not your job. Me say ko job pon kroma ko si 2x4 room be or say we be a school. Wa ko si school chian e won ko say it is not your job, my friend. Lobby for that thing to be done. Anytime we say MP, you see they take advantage of us because I have for no more areas, say we don't do any the echo. Okoji ni criminal money be okotina board so no we asasika no oba oso ma besi two classroom block. Now our girlfriend or think crying. Sa classroom now see no betinum. The peanuts, they bring the peanuts to you and make people think say they are helping. No. The government, it is the government's responsibility to build hospitals. It is the government's responsibility to build schools. It is the government's responsibility to construct roads. It is not responsibility of an MP. It is the MP's responsibility to go to parliament to make laws, to lobby, to make sure those things are done. So no MP should come and tell me, may you mean bottom sika koto machine amakot a confounded teaching hospital mumbo msema bodam. That is not your job. That is not your job. What you say MP? Sa krono ninti yet why I say MP bia koto machine bia ma koto 37 military hospital. It is not your job, my friend. O jimimo wababro chire and na wababenya abro football abi no de abremo because they know you people are not smart. O my to baba o nyina se MP no monko parliament in koshembra emra ben se ne be ya E11 no MD ahokyere mbeto Ghana for so finito. It took what parliament now for say for 11 bra. I was so constituent say we Jimmy for now now no embra form no what's how the be pay me so into all those people who voted for the 11 or more MP no because you tuti o nyina by a Jimmy because of we say I'm a rich man, I have money. No but say and you have money and leave politics. Kwame despite he has his own money, he is not into politics. He has his own money and your politics is out because politics is different from you're a businessman. Be a businessman. You cannot tell me I'm a politician and a businessman. What are you telling me? You want to use that I'm a businessman to use in making money out of politics? That is why we are here today. Kasa, kasa, intimidation. All those people in this country, I'm a businessman and I'm a politician. Majority of them are criminals. They are feeding on your ignorance. Me, if you are my MP, now I catch up my basic 2 school, I'm about them. It is not your job, my friend. No. There's a local government. There is the government itself. Your job is solely to go to parliament and make sure say bibi to say E-levy bano. What stopping no? What tweet yano? Onfa Jimmy ko tena parliament en ko to ma E-levy. Na ade atia, wa ko jo jantra fo sika be so abesi school miensa e wo ayire afo ase ayire bi ntiembo yensema. Wa Jimmy ohum amon so mu ye Jimmy fo. Because in the first place, it was the responsibility of the government to build that school. Mema sanko for when Jimmy mo. And sometimes people think, Kevin, your words are strong. And my words are not strong. These are the right words for these people. These are the right words. It is a unima and go to Abuase and see. Why a feast or chimney chrome. And so I won't call for Santi for better my Abuase West MP Kuku. He was the deputy finance minister. Ya Pamono. Onima Juma. And so Jimmy for down to Boise, you better go add or Santini, but no development coming to Boise. Kweku Kwatin's job is to stop e-levy. And so I got to Accra, say, Yamfa e-levy, number 2 more galam say so, more small scale mining, and mana mugujomuno, Yan Sanfa e-levy, but not Kwasia Towe on Tibuasio, Wasaba Boise, no ben antenna to, now with the Mujimi to Soro coordinate or whom somewhere Jimmy. And this is what I have been trying to tell you people consistently for about 5 years. Say, mama, who crime man from some young kwasia for. Don't allow that. Now let's move forward. There are a few things we need to take care of today. Very, very important. Now, I'm going to show you. That time go. Kasacholi, eh? Now see this. Ghana is safest and best place for doing business in West Africa. Now the Dankwe Kufuado, after Oba US, Oba then with US, you say Sofubi Waha, your friend TJ Max, your friend saying TD Jakes who said, or no, Akatani Sofono. What na sorry no. Na sorry no, any private property no. You're president now, also Ghana ye Jumano, or the Jimmy for plane. Adanya so for bia invite me into yene no ene yatam yesika ene yese fako America so for bia akata ni bi ne so for or yes 790 yesika ne fako. How is it going to benefit anybody in Ghana? How is this foolish trip this president made going to benefit the young Ghanaian on the street? What it TD Jakes or TJ Maxx, do I care about his church? I don't care about him. He built his own business. He is surviving on his business. You cannot use the taxpayers' money to come feed somebody's own ego. So TJ Maxx was at the end, and we sit in Ghana as of a John. Nobody is speaking. Ekufuado traveled with whose money? On whose budget did he organize all these people to get into a commercial flight, come to the US, come pick a private jet to go to somebody's church? A credit team Jimmy for the Gumana, Nyansanini Ghana Bim. Now, this is what he said after he came to misbehave. And I'll deal with this matter very soon. After he came to misbehave, fool himself in the US, he went to the UK. And as usual, US and Oba or Tete onim. Somebody I'm saying train or DC. Oba US or Tete on time but DC onim sahana demonstration change to be a channel no onim. Now the day you come to US and enter the White House, then now by I was somewhere. Me say the day you come to the US and enter White House, you will see me there as one of the reporters asking you questions. Yes. We have the pass some. We will all come to the Rose Garden and I'll pose the question to you, say, Mr. President, do you have a certificate? Tell us who you practiced with in France. I'll ask you again, Mr. President, a follow-up. Why haven't you spoken on the 9 people who died during your re-election? I will ask you 3 simple questions in front of the world. Me say, you dare never come to DC. I personally. Now, when I know I catch your bodyguard, this one babu me. I know I catch the bodyguard, no. So on babu me. We are waiting for you. Now, he went to the UK. And then, what did he say? Ghana is safest and best place for doing business in West Africa. Now, see. Oko US, no. Yes, Kufuado went to meet investors to lure them to come to Ghana and do what? Invest in Ghana. Now see, these are his own pictures on his own page. Kufuado went to meet investors. Investors don't know why. Kufuado left Ghana to go meet Ghanaians to tell them to come and invest in Ghana. Who is coming to invest in Ghana? No right-thinking investor in this world today, 2022, will pick his checkbook and say, I'm going to invest in Ghana. Actually, with Jimmy, unless say what he's going to make in Ghana is greater than how much he's going to spend in Ghana. And when I say that in terms, he is not going to pay taxes. The tax waiver, no, or 100 or 1,000% tax waiver. At the end of the day, he is not going to keep a dime in Ghana. His money is going to come straight into his account. And no one ever man about Ghana. So technically, he's working out of his country, but he's working for himself. He's working for his country. These are the people he went there to meet. To do what? These are the investors. Akufo-Addo went to UK to meet UKans, Ghanaians in UK, to talk to them. And this is how we are foolishly wasting our money. A government to invest or MPP foot soldiers. Party here, Sika. Where the time about Olympics, they don't buy you. Omo did dokuna muse. Wemu. Who? How many of them? And this is where we are. They are there. They are plenty. Me say, ask yourself, investor or way, who is the investor here? Waste our money. Waste our resource. Now, the most interesting part is, today he had an interview with the BBC. Let's listen to him and what he said. In fact, the Herald newspaper, Larry Dugbe, they have reported on this. President Akufo-Addo trivializes Ghana's terrible economy in BBC interview. Let us watch this interview quickly. I think it's about 5-6 minutes. After that, let's address it and then move forward. You're still watching, with all due respect, extended version.
But if I look at the Ghanaian economy at the moment, it's doing... I mean, let's just be honest. It's doing terribly.
Not terribly.
Well, your inflation in your country, inflation in Ghana.
I don't know the economy in the world that's doing well. Tell me
Ghana,
where you are here.
Inflation in Ghana.
The highest inflation.
Well, 15.7%. The Ghanaian cedi has fallen 20% on the dollar. The worst after Russia, which has a lot of sanctions against it.
It's began to firm up. It has begun to firm up. We're seeing the cedi systematically appreciating against the dollar.
People still can't employ. I was just reading today. People in the hospitality industry that you're pushing so hard. Having to lay their staff off. We've got taxi driver unions threatening strikes because of spiraling fuel costs. I mean, it doesn't look like a place that I want to go and put my money.
Where will you put your money in the world today? Where will you put your money? In Britain, which is suffering the worst standard of living statistics for over 30 years? Is it? All right, let's situate ourselves correctly. The world is going through very difficult times. Ghana is no exception. Nigeria is no exception. There's no country in the world that is escaping the ravages of both COVID-19 and also the impact of the Ukraine. But what you need to look at are where are the elements being put on the ground that look beyond the COVID and beyond the Russian-Ukraine war. And I think you'll find that in Ghana, the recovery program that we have is one that is considered very credible, and it is what is going to give us the opportunity to come out of this period a stronger economy. And it is that future that we're looking at when we're attracting people.
Let's talk about one of the structures that you say you've put in place. The e-levy, a lot of people are calling it a stealth tax on people who already are impoverished. It's a 1.5% tax on people who do business on their mobile phones. So if they use their mobile phones to send money or to...
The digital economy, the mobile economy.
Yes, but you're taxing people on money that has already been taxed.
Is the biggest economy is emerging as the biggest economy in the country, and for a long period has not had any taxation at all. So it is important now that they also come into the net. Our country has one of the lowest tax to GDP ratios of any country in West Africa and of an equivalent economy. The ECOWAS area, the general average today, tax to GDP average is about 18%. Ghana, we're at 13%. So it's as if you're talking about a country which is already overtaxed, if anything at all, is undertaxed.
Okay, let me take you up on that point. On your low tax ratio to GDP. I'm just going to quote read this quote to you. It's from John Kwache, who I'm sure you might know is the Director of Research at the Accra-based Institute for Economic Affairs. He says there are several loopholes in our tax system that, if they are plugged, will be able to raise our tax to GDP ratio to something like 20% from the 12% that you're talking about. Are you speaking to experts like him?
First of all, there's a recognition that
He says that there's no need for the e-levy.
Well, that's his point of view.
He's an expert.
But he's an expert. There are experts in government as well, and we think it's necessary, and that's the reason why we...
You think it's necessary to tax people who are already impoverished?
They're not already impoverished. We're talking about people. We're talking about taxing an industry and transactions where a lot of value is being created, and we want to also bring that value into government coffers. I think that is something that is very, there's nothing so, and the levy, it's not Ghana, it's the only country that has something like a mobile, a digital tax. Many countries, they will not like it.
Because they're already taxing people who do business online, and then you are taxing as well.
People never like taxes. I don't know any group of people, especially businesses, when taxes are brought to them that like it.
When you hear all these stories, Mr. President, I mean, Ghana was one of the rising stars of, the economic recovery of Africa, so to speak. But when you hear about all these issues with the economy now, what exactly went wrong?
Nothing has gone wrong. We're part of those who have been very badly affected by what has gone on in the last 2 years. Until 2020, since I came into office, 2017, 2018, 2019, the beginning of 2020, we were growing our economy at about 7%, the GDP growth rate. One of the fastest growing economies in the world was the Ghanaian economy. Even in the crunch year of 2020, when the economies of the world dived, Ghana, we still managed a positive rate of growth because the fundamentals of our economy are strong. But it has been a difficult task for all the economies of the world. I think it is important that when you're making the kind of provocative statements that you're making, that you situate yourself. You speak as if you're living in the same time as you and I, where the world economy as a whole has gone through very difficult times. And there are several things that we're doing, which is in the line of being able to pick up our economy again. I have no doubt that next year, if you were to come and speak to me like you're doing today, we will have a different set of facts for us to look at.
All right, so that was Ekufuado in UK, the BBC interview. Now, let's make this simple. Sebio Oma Mutiena, Nana, Nippon on it one, I'm saying African disorder, or Yedmo BBC, or Kasa, Oti, the Nippone Cano. Otumu say Nippon or Tuana or Casano, say African or Cabro for Oti. Your president, no problem. Maybe check him. Now, no more about Ghana economy, no. Now, BBC ni busa Ekufuado in some to say, ayo economy no, the siano economy nko ye sika sam muntoto ye no enhyira nso ani sesiano wo hwe GDP bia nenam ene tax a yesia pesa wo ge eye ehiafo ene sebi ehunyama na ade say sesiano bibia ginsem na wo hu ne sen also bibia ginsem na in fact if you listen to him very well Hana also who's a Ekufuado a cunning liar. He's an old thief, so he knows how to lie. And when you listen to him very well, so I interview now, and this is what Ghanaian journalists, and may he so rest in peace, that's what I miss about him. Now, the rest, with all due respect, 90% of them are idiots. They don't know what they are doing, especially the cocaine media. I'm afraid to join news. They cannot approach issues. They are always calling politicians to verify something for them. During Muhammad's time, they were coming out to say, we have done this, we have done this. Today, they will always have to call politicians and say, oh, boss, you say you are going to do this. Have you done it? That is how foolish they are at multimedia. Leave them. How can Jimmy for? Now, you see, when the journalist pushed him a little bit, he started getting angry. Because, one, he's somebody who is not willing to accept that he's a failure. And from day one, from the beginning, he has been a failure throughout. He cannot provide one certificate to prove to the person sitting in front of him, say, he is a legitimate lawyer. He's a liar. Two, he's somebody who has lied through his political career. And we all know Ekufuado's political career, which at the end of the day, time and not a MP Crampo on one constituency. baby ofrino we ntuma anya hwe. So he's a man who is always defensive, and a man who is always defensive is a liar. It is already demeanor now. He knew the BBC do a lot of fact checking, they do a lot of research before they come interview you. So he was actually sitting there defensively. Into Debiana, I said, don't push me too much. My body language will tell you you are not supposed to trek. And his answering, you could see his demeanor. He's always making the journalist think, say, why are you entering this spot? I am the president. Don't push too much. No, because he has gotten his way throughout his tenure as president. Say, no intelligent journalist from multimedia, from Adoma FM, from Onia TV, Jimmy Forum Gono, nobody has been able to approach him. He has not availed himself for this kind of scrutiny. Now, what he said in this whole interview, no Kabibi, a dangerous. We are gonna now with him. O free abrochire ba mumbo video we nchire no. Na mon kanya say Mr. President who can we? Na Kevin Taylor chirechirem e no kura na say nyen no kure. Muntie de o kan o say. Ye busa ne say eye tax na oje no. Tax na oje no eye momo tax no. Ade na wo tax e hiafo. O say hiafo na o tax wo no. A man for doing say here for na industries. He did not say clearly in the interview say the taxes no the ordinary Ghanaian na and the oton kobi and the oye ochika kauro otonyomo kejetia otonyomo kayino Ekufuado moved away from that particular one. He was talking to the guy and making the guy think say they are taxing big institutions, big corporate institutions, big companies, instead of him letting the person sitting there or letting the world know say he is actually taxing the poor. And he said something which is quite demeaning. He said they are not impoverished. You are living in a country whereby minimum wage is less than $1. And you are telling me that people are not impoverished. We are talking about civil servants whose minimum wage is not up to more than $2. You are saying they are not impoverished. You are taxing these people because when you go back to Parliament, what you will see in the say, the tax, it is going to affect a year for more than a sticker for. Now, we could do BBC now. You busa and say, I don't know. Yes, and also we are taxing in industries, multi-million companies. Abre wakache Ghana say tax ya ujiji ye yen for na uje free o. Honam na emomo. When you go to Malata, uko kejetia, uko Sunyani market, uko ye manche a. Why na ye multi-million industry ye juma ho? Ye ni bojo for ya ni etua sa 11 no. Ye ni etua sa momo no. So why should Ekufuado sit on BBC to tell the person sitting there and tell the world to say they are not rather taxing Ghana for here for now more taxing industries? But when it comes to Parliament, that is not what the book or that law says. It also tells say this man is a liar or you crown for or you re. Muncha sa part no sabi o media mentibro fu nyina. Mo amoso motibro for Ghana no. Muncha sa part no na afa munchire mumbonche ne Mr. President ebusa o taxes no e-levy no. O say industries. Na yeti kroma yi yenim say yenina ne yetua sa momo we. Dey na kwotena BBC ka say big companies na wo tax yomo. And these are things we need to be looking at. Now, Osaka Bibi, adikudentia me ye we no me pese Ghana for sebio dodo no yene asantefo no tia said this man is a tyrant. He's daft. He is just there to be president. He does not care. You might be older than me. I understand. You might have money than me. I get it. But let me tell you, the message I'm sending you, the message I'm giving you, you have all the right in this world to verify it. That I cannot take from you. That is your right as a human being. Go and watch the video again and listen to Ekufuado Dokai. Yes, sir, Busana say, what are the elements? Or say, they have put some elements in place to make sure, say, they can come out of this hardship. The nyoma bia to akwema sa nyoma ne de e best sagana ema sa ahokyere a sa ose covid ewiase nyina obi ahokyere na Ghana fo ahokyere omo no e betumi de afrim entotoye ben na Ekufuado oka because yet Ghana no maka say the only entotoye e betumi aboa Ghana ma survival e-levy momo taxation e-levy transaction also ose omo the element bia to kwem element na ne de ma membo element ne nkyerɛw na besi nde na membusa wo Ghana ni sɛ saa element we wo yɛ sure sɛ me no ti krom ha no saa element we ebetumi ama Ghana a recover me pese me kyerɛkyerɛ bibi mu kyerɛ ma mu sɛ president we o twa ntro kyerɛ mu ɔkɔ abrokyire a na ɔkɔ twa ntro no na kɔgi sika me de bia meka the footage is out there won so kone kobotie wako school ti same eye omo so mobo tie say de embo tie ye hye suit no mon kobontie na momusa president say momo no the whole Ghanaians and I say some industries spend a tax omo now or say element no omo nkasa ka element no element na bi nie we Ghana na ohwe me a sa element Akufo-Addo kan eni ana
expenditure cutting measures. Discretionary spending is to be further cut by an additional 10%. The Ministry of Finance is currently meeting with MDAs to review their spending plans for the rest of the 3 quarters to achieve the discretionary expenditure cuts. 2, these times call for very efficient use of energy resources. In line with this, there will be a 50% cut in fuel coupon allocations for all political appointees and heads of government institutions, including SOEs, effective 1st February 2022. With immediate effect, government has imposed a complete moratorium on the purchase of imported vehicles for the rest of the year. This will affect all new orders, especially four-wheel drives. We will ensure that the overall effect is to reduce total vehicle purchases by the public sector by at least 50% for the period. Again, with immediate effect, government has imposed a moratorium on all foreign travels except pre-approved critical statutory travels. 5, government will conclude on ongoing measures to eliminate ghost workers from the government payroll by end December 2022. Government will conclude the renegotiations of the energy sector IPP's capacity charges by end of Q3 2022 to further reduce excess capacity payments by 20% to generate a total savings of 1.5 billion Ghana cedis. We will impose a moratorium on establishment of new public sector institutions by end of April 2022. Prioritize ongoing public projects over new projects. This is to enhance the efficient use of limited public funds over the period by finishing ongoing or stalled but approved projects. Reduce expenditure on all meetings and conferences by 50% effective immediately. Pursue a comprehensive reprofiling strategies to reduce the interest expense burden on the fiscal, and liaise with organized labor and employers association to implement with immediate effect the measures captured in the Kwao Declaration.
So basically, these are the measures that Akufo-Addo Ekanowo BBC. The video, I'll play it again. Very important. We watch Akufo-Addo's interview at the BBC. Now, these are the measures now. Omoka say it will take us from this hardship. Sa eka omabatu yesono. Ebini say fuel coupons na edema MPs near that ye betwem civil servants, SOEs, state organizations now more work fuel coupons no ye betwem no be serious kapama problem aye kom no ye be free. Or can you know about no pictures of vehicles V8 near there are buying and to cars biom and no boy MSC no atumpon or saka say no foreign travels a buying call for no obi antu kwan enkwa brochiri a chere special dien na obetuma akọ a high secretary de Japan situation bi ansa na obetuma akọ or say ghost name say ewo eye aban dwuma mu a nkofo bi etu omka ye ni mebi omo no saa nyoma ni nyina ye betete so ofoyata say public projects new one, old ones no prioritize no de aban dada bia ya esiwo na ye gya ho a ye new one no ye bekwa koye saa no ehia pa se de be save sika sagleme da ho guo ye wie ye schools amahama start ye wie ye ekwan ye wie ye Osaka say reduce expenditure say ba government offices meetings kokoko o say sign measures we no eno na betumi yi free sa bra ye wom sisia no Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo o ti BBC no sa nsema no ka o say measures na ye di be free problem ye wom no sa measures ni bi no for attack am akirem no me sure say Ghana for do kran kai sa measures we because nyanse bi enim Moma yenko tie Akufo-Addo biem BBC interview num munyi masum na muntie ntro a okafa 11 ho muntie ntro a Akufo-Addo akotwa na UK mobefia mo amoye Irish Contobre no Cocaine Media Joy News Cocaine Media for no muntwa no na mumbusa Mr President 11 no hi na nsam na kan no ye GDP ni ade no uchire mu abrochire different oba Ghana na obechire ma outside gentility home cry. Listen to Akufo-Addo the liar. Now, it's very, very important we listen to this interview again.
if I look at the Ghanaian economy at the moment, you know, it's doing, I mean, let's just be honest, it's doing terribly.
Oh, not terribly.
Well,
It's
your inflation in your country, inflation in Ghana.
I don't know the economy in the world that's doing well. Tell
inflation
me
in Ghana,
where you are here.
Inflation in Ghana.
The highest inflation.
Well, 15.7%. The Ghanaian cedi has fallen 20% on the dollar, the worst after Russia, which has a lot of sanctions against it.
It's began to firm up. It has begun to firm up. We're seeing the cedi systematically appreciating against the dollar.
People still can't employ, you know, I was just reading today, you know, people in the hospitality industry that you're pushing so hard, you know, having to lay their staff off. We've got taxi driver unions threatening strikes because of spiraling fuel costs. I mean, it doesn't look like a place that I want to go and put my money.
Where will you put your money in the world today? Where will you put your money? In Britain, which is suffering the worst standard of living statistics for over 30 years? Is it? Oh, I think let's situate ourselves correctly. The world is going through very difficult times. Ghana is no exception. Nigeria is no exception. There's no country in the world that is escaping the ravages of both COVID-19 and also the impact of the Ukraine. But what you need to look at are where are the elements being put on the ground that look beyond the COVID and beyond the Russian-Ukraine war. And I think you'll find that in Ghana, the recovery program that we have is one that is considered very credible, and it is what is going to give us the opportunity to come out of this period a stronger economy. And it is that future that we're looking at when we're attracting people.
Let's talk about one of the structures that you say you've put in place. The e-levy, a lot of people are calling it a stealth tax on people who already are impoverished. It's a 1.5% tax on people who do business on their mobile phones. So if they use their mobile phones to send money or to...
The digital economy, the mobile economy.
Yes, but you're taxing people on money that has already been taxed.
Is the biggest economy is emerging as the biggest economy in the country, and for a long period has not had any taxation at all. So it is important now that they also come into the net. Our country has one of the lowest tax to GDP ratios of any country in West Africa and of an equivalent economy. The ECOWAS area, the general average today, tax to GDP average is about 18%. Ghana, we're at 13%. So it's as if you're talking about a country which is already overtaxed, if anything at all, is undertaxed.
Okay, let me take you up on that point. You know, on your low tax ratio to GDP. I'm just going to quote, read this quote to you. It's from John Kwache, who I'm sure you might know is the director of research at the Accra-based Institute for Economic Affairs. He says there are several loopholes in our tax system that if they are plugged, we'll be able to raise our tax to GDP ratio to something like 20% from the 12% that you're talking about. Are you speaking to experts like him?
First of all, there's a recognition
that he says that there's no need for the e-levy.
Well, that's his point of view.
He's an expert.
But he's an expert. There are experts in government as well, and we think it's necessary, and that's the reason why we...
You think it's necessary to tax people who are already impoverished?
They're not already impoverished. We're talking about people. We're talking about taxing an industry and transactions where a lot of value is being created, and we want to also bring that value into government coffers. I think that is something that is very, there's nothing so, and the levy, it's not Ghana, it's the only country that has something like a mobile, a digital tax. Many countries, they will not like it.
Because they're already taxing people who do business online, and then you are taxing as well.
People never like taxes. I don't know any group of people, especially businesses, when taxes are brought to them that like it.
When you hear all these stories, Mr. President, I mean, Ghana was one of the rising stars of, the economic recovery of Africa, so to speak. But when you hear about all these issues with the economy now, what exactly went wrong?
Nothing has gone wrong. We're part of those who have been very badly affected by what has gone on.
So that's your president. He talked about taxing an industry. I don't know if it's the poor industry or he needs to come and justify the industry he was talking about. There's an industry to tax. I don't know whether the poor people in Ghana are a form of industry that we have to tax. Maybe it's in quote, but as we speak now, he's talking about taxing the industry. The man was talking about taxing impoverished people. He said the people in Ghana are not poor and that they are rich. So basically, Akufo-Addo is placing every Ghanaian in a rich basket, meaning that everybody who is going to be forced to pay this e-levy is rich. So he does not see your problem as his problem. He's downplaying the poverty. He is downplaying the poverty and the hardship in the Ghanaian economy. And this is something that we need to be very, very careful about. Because you drew a point where people are really struggling to put together 2 square meals in a day. And the president flies all the way to the UK, sits there and say everybody in Ghana is rich. Whilst people are contesting and protesting against this e-levy, then it means this man is basically a walking dead. He has lost touch with reality. This is not a man that you can sit. So he's talking about the impoverished industry and which people fall within that impoverished industry. Maybe I cannot speak for him. And this is a job I'm giving to the so-called, we are wearing suit, we are wearing tie, journalists who don't know nothing. Ignorant fools, especially those at multimedia. Nothing. They will sit there and nod. Hey, okay. Cocaine media for, this is what you need to do. For we know Akufo-Addo can lie. We know his people can spin. Tomorrow, they will come and tell us that the industry the president spoke about is the impoverished industry. Who falls in or within the impoverished industry? This is grammar. We all have the right to, in fact, scrutinize it. This video is out there. I'm not the only person who has learned English. You have also learned some small grammar. Go and analyze it. Ask the right questions. Now, this is what happened. See this. Time no day, but I'm happy we've been able to touch on a few things that are very, very important to me. Now, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, oye tobe wo UK ni nyina no. Bloomberg actually came out with a 2022 first quarter. Citi still ranks worst among worst spot returns in first quarter of 2022. Bloomberg na omudi ji omo samrene or kai kojo ponkuma okujina parliament or your press briefing. Bloomberg has said this. Bloomberg has written this. Bloomberg ratings have come out. The rating agencies, they were always using that as their talking point. They will give it to the Joy News boys, the Obi, Asempaj Mijimino, and Oman and Afuna set Bofruit. They will give it to them and they'll come and sit there and act as if they are working in the interest of Ghanaians. Oh, Bloomberg, I can say. Oh, Wilma can say. And that the Bloomberg is saying, Citi is the worst currency as we speak. The president at the moment, is sitting in the UK saying every Ghanaian is rich and that everybody has to be taxed. This is where we are. And I expect, sends in a question and says, if we stop this e-levy and try to do other things, cut some things out, make sure our expenditure is trimmed, the government becomes disciplined. He's an expert. Akufo-Addo sits there and say he also has experts in his government. These experts in his government came to tell us that they are going to stop government meetings. They're not going to buy cars. Nobody's going to travel. And those are the things that is going to help us regain our stance when it comes to the economy. It's so purely foolishness. His body language, his arrogance, he knows nothing. You have no certificate. The journalist sitting in front of you has a certificate. You have no locus to be even sitting in front of him answering questions. You are daft. You are aimless. Sit down and mellow yourself. As you sit in the UK and asking the journalist some rhetorical questions. Oh, do you want to put your money in Britain? Yes. If I'm an investor today and you tell me Ghana and Britain, where do I have to put my money? In the middle of COVID, the height of COVID, I'll put it in the UK. Why? Because I am guaranteed that my money I am investing in the UK economy, at the end of the day, some fool will not take it and rent a private jet and come to another foolish event and say, because in the name of God. I am guaranteed. My money is guaranteed. I have that protection when in the middle of a crisis, I carry $2 million and put it in the Britain or the UK or the British economy. I am more relaxed than to put that money in the Ghanaian economy because people like you, Leleputs like you, spending giraffes like you, spending Don Patros like you will take the money and go blow it up. So don't ever compare the economy of the UK to the economy of Ghana. The UK in the middle of pandemic, we're supporting other countries. Ghana in the middle of pandemic, we're chasing after money and squandering the money. It is a clear difference. There is a clear difference between the UK. The president is so daft. He does not understand the reality. He does not understand that his egos are bigger than his shrinking balls. He does not understand that we are building a nation. You need to be proactive. You need to cut down your fiscals. You need to be honest with the people. This guy carries his shoulders here, and he's also 2 feet. So where are we heading? Every investor in this world, that question you were asking the journalist showed clearly that you are very, very ignorant. In the height of COVID, no investor in this world will carry their money and bring it to Ghana. Because when COVID hit, it took you less than 2 weeks for you to go out and beg for money. The British, the UK economy never went anywhere to beg for money. It shows that there are people managing the economy. You are foolishly destroying your economy. Your economy is hollow. You are just cooking books, cooking figures to make people think, say, you are smart. Your own cousin Oforiatta, who is a criminal because he stole from SNET. Your own Oforiatta, the worst finance minister in our history, is not supposed to be occupying that office. And you know that. And you yourself, you know you're not supposed to be occupying the office. You people, you criminals. And because Ghanaians are timid, foolish, we entertain such suit clowns like you people. That's why we are here today. Now see this. You see this? When he went to the UK, these are some of the nonsense he went there to say. This guy is a toy president. Toy. He doesn't know anything. He goes to the UK, and now the year of return, after a year or two, they have changed the name. Now it is what? 2 years after a year of return, Akufo-Addo launches Destination Ghana in UK. Into year of return, by a friend Destination Ghana. You know why they do this? Let me prove something to you. The reason why year of return ending more than 3 years. Year of return at this point, majority of the people around the world are accepting. The people around the world are accepting a year of return. 2 years, he says we are changing the name. The reason is, they need to rebrand it. If there's a change in government, it becomes difficult for you to trace. Because now, we are talking about year of return. And year of return, when you are saying we were here in this country when these people told us that they made $3.312 billion from year of return. Where's that money? Ghana tourism sector bags $3.312 billion from year of return. Tourism ministry. Where did that money go? $3.3 billion. Sir, and a tourism minister after a year of return. So if year of return wasn't successful, why are we changing the name? Now, the issue here is, say now 3.3 billion. What will make you change the brand? What will make the president go quickly to the UK and say, we are going to change year of return and make it, what is it? We are going to make it what? Destination Ghana. And now they will come back home and say, we need to now start advertising Destination Ghana. So the Ministry of Tourism is going to now go find money. The government is going to pump money in for advertisement so that other countries will know there's something called Year of Destination Ghana. They say, so the year of return that we now know, we are now associated with, the year of return that has become a homegrown name, we are going to change it and then go bring something called Destination Ghana. Because they cannot account for year of return, the money. So yenguno na yenfa dinfo front so send a buyer aban sesa na ubusa because say year of return de yeguno. So we cannot trace the account. Now there was a Destination Ghana. You Destination Ghana. Next year they will come and tell you Destination Ghana we have changed it. Okpo chichi enjoyment Ghana. These people are crazy thieves. Who in their right senses, who in their right frame of mind will say, year of return, we should cancel it and bring something else called Destination Ghana? You will be a fool to do that. You will be a fool because you've invested a lot in the branding. You've invested a lot in the name. You keep it, you move it with it. You don't drop it and bring some foolish thing in again. Now we have to go and find taglines. We need to go and find advertising agencies. We need to go and now sell this name. Are you stupid? Why do you keep blowing money for no reason? These Don Patros are so foolish. Me say, we made a big mistake. The NDC government led by John Mahama was our last shot. Yes. Tribe ne kuyentra. Nkwasi ade ekoshi se ba omianim. Nkwasi ade ekoshi alanim. The same kojo. For Alan bra, for Baomia bra, Jimmy we are nebekoso. They can't change. They cannot prosecute anybody. That is why I would hate to see any of these guys become president. Because if you pull Alan here and say, Alan, can you prosecute anybody in the Kufuor's government? He can't. Osro. He does not speak on corruption again. Baomia cannot call a Kufuor and say, Mr. President, we want to Osro Kura. Baomia has no balls. Na yire soro wa shakoset ontumi home. Mrs. Samira oyoba onye corset no nombra ne hu nefu. De bia ontumi home I say no nam. Ai we mia corset de bia ochendamba. Samira Baomia de bia we mia corset okoda kro we mia corset ede na woje no asase so. Ede na woje. De bia corsetto pandaro ai wadani Italian corsetto. Wadani corsetto pandari de bia we mia corset we miem no ontumi home de bia. Aden oje de what do you want? Oje de was asase so. And the toys we be jeje Ghana useless. Marietto Corsetto, Samira Marietto Corsetto, wadani Italian Corsetto, de bia we mia corset, de bia. Otumisha corset no we mia na iti eguso. De na woje. O dakura untumi home. De bia I say bibi wa mini bibi. Untumi home with oba onam ochense o parachute. Me so your oba pa ombie corset na ho na nkomo hu nefu. Mariano Corsetto, Samira Mariano Corsetto, every day in corset. Just how could you so crack corset? Just say, would ye, and your jumpsuit a corset, and then I will pay. We are vice president. Italian defender, Mariotto Corsetto. I read you a corset on Tumingo, until you have so soon. What to say, Johnson and the grown Tumincasa. I then I will pay. Why me no how on says, what about dear I will pay? What corset to go on any pound? Me who can come across my home. Say, what a crumba pio. Samira Corsetto. Corsetto Mariano, Samira. Corsetto. Corsetto. Samira Corsetto. Release the Corsetto and be free. You cannot even injure those. You can't do so. Why Corsetto? I think I'm about a muhim young Kevin Demiano. Now see this. There's something I have to address. Corsetto. Mariana Samira Corsetto. Rock Corsetto. Nobody first in Italy. Una bona Napoli for 3. The beer with me a corset. I saw now about Napoli for 4. The beer what him. What 10 or 2. Hey, Samira. Corsetto you cannot do so. Dear Johnson could I do want to mean Johnson. Corsetto. Or Boko set the chamber. Samira or Boko set the chamber. Now, remember the Boko set the minister of your friends say housing, your friends say Swami boy, the friends say oh, come and come you never come as him. Oh, give me the boy's name. So boy now. Why then Chemna de Biomia Corset, or to me, Miana Yiremia, or me no chance of Modrama Miss Ghana. Oh, Asanso Boache, every day Yankupon. Asanso Boache, Corsetto, Asanso Boache. Oh, Mia Corset, the ticket, the conquer ticket, and this is as a Pinocchio. No, Mia Corset, then give me a red. Or to me, woman, and then I will pay. Asanso Boache Corsetto. I watch the Corsetto, Rio Corsetto, the Conin de Cacre, now to be grand auto. Asanso Boache the corset. ade one day be no afon ade be chibo no esa ankure they say dey na wo pe otumi mia na yire mia no mia no hwe ha na ba ko hwe ha me mo connect traffic wo Virginia oh ai Virginia cause to traffic jam doctors asanso urade nyankopon o pe cause the chance on so e be chiwa tum no cause our XX our XXL our XX2XX cause asanso boachi okone wardrobe ma cause the sense was bulletproof or dey ire cause 30 dey mo je bo padien wasase so Samira coseto coseto you coseto in the Jones kakre na wo bre. All right, let's take care of business. Asanso boachi mo dem go hwe the pictures no ade be tubo so afon ade be chi no esa ankure ade be tubo so mesa wo kura dey na woje the kiti or you're some weird human being be ai they be always the thing round I say fula I foam camera bottom hey me my bottom town as I said I just say foam what's the content I just say actually cake na body no I sound crazy say then I go e draw la as I so say to all right ya twaso we dwa kokokoti ko bia wo de. All right, Alban Bagbin akake asemi I need to address this matter. Now Alban Bagbin say a year when we brought down Nyantechi, we brought down Ghana football, and this is coming from the Speaker of Parliament. Now the reason why this statement I am and I'm so disappointed in Alban Bagbin. They say, nobody in Ghana, Alban Bagbin should listen. You are a man of integrity. Me, I keep telling you, say, when you do the right thing as a young Ghanaian who respects you, I will talk about it. I will let people understand. If there are places that you should not be blamed, I will defend you. Media, that's how I am. Say, oh yeah, Bibina, so also be defend you. I will defend you. Now, who did some phone? So I'll let you know. So who did some phone? And that's love. That's what's lovely about me. Now, for Speaker Bagbin to make this statement shows that or any pebia only empathy or any pebia he's deliberately misinforming to protect people. Now, nobody in Ghana conducted investigations into a Ghana Football Association. Apart from Anas Arimyao Anas. Anas Arimyao Anas, an investigative journalist, or somebody like Ahmed Swali, who is his colleague, and other people conducted that investigations. At the end of the day, in an investigation video, you said Kwesi Nyantechi was doing something that is contrary to his job. Kwesi Nyantechi was using the office, using the capacity, the position to do something contrary to what the GFA constitution says, what the FIFA constitution says. Now, in the process or after this investigation was done, Ghanaians came to that realization, say, Enya Kwesi Nyantechi as a person, and Menisano, but the Ghana football itself has a problem. I don't have a problem with Kwesi Nyantechi. He wasn't lucky to be the person in the middle of everything because maybe he was greedy. Maybe he wasn't smart. Now, the issue here is, even after this investigations, and the Ghana football who the rots in Ghana football. It was after these investigations, and a Ghanaian like yourself, Alban Bagbin, Ahmed Swale was killed in the line of duty. So, into me, Alban Bagbin Krano, I will never make a statement like when we brought Kwesi Nyantechi down and they did Ghana soccer bar down, because when you went out, you went to meet some FIFA representatives who were shocked about what happened to Kwesi Nyantechi. The first question you need to ask yourself is, did anybody force Kwesi Nyantechi to say the things he said? One, no. After Anas Arimyao Anas and the Tiger Eye investigations, did we force the FIFA, CAF, to investigate Kwesi Nyantechi? No. Now, we all know that you are from the same region as Kwesi Nyantechi. He is your tribal friend. He is your region friend. We get it. You are playing the tribal thing here, whereby you think, say, you are from Upper West. Kwesi Nyantechi is from Upper West. You have to say something to save him. But in your statement, you have refused to understand the say. Ejuma Edema Kwesi Nyantakyi, any people at the earth, not rules and regulations were surrounding that job. So, Alban Bagbin, say obi armed robber. Now say in a community, say armed robber no, why some public service be we see toilet, we see school, why bibi, na ye nim say or ye armed robber and a yachina. Are you going to say, because he did something to you or some people which they think is good, we should forgo the sanctions and let that person walk? Because we as a country did not even have control over the FIFA investigations about Anas number 12. We did not have control over the investigations. We did not call Nyantakyi to FIFA. Ghana did not. FIFA conducted its own investigations. So for you, the Speaker of Parliament, to just come out and say, the day no, somebody is dead because they wanted to uncover the truth. Ahmed Swale, like myself as an investigative journalist, was shot. It shows that you, as Speaker of Parliament, you will do everything in your life to protect crime. Because the same FIFA, the same CAF, they sanctioned this man, the former CAF president, Issa Hayatu, because he conducted himself unprofessionally. This man was the president of CAF, and CAF sanctioned him. He was banned because he conducted himself in a way that he is not supposed to. So the law says it does not matter whether you are Jesus Christ. If you go contrary to the laws, you need to be punished. So it does not matter where the person is coming, is your friend, is your tribe relative, he is from your region. You as a Speaker of Parliament should basically be like a judge. You need to be just in your submission. Because as we speak now, a journalist, a young Ghanaian who investigated for us to know the crime in the Ghana Football Association lost his life. This is an insult to Ahmed Swale, and it's an insult to me as a journalist. You cannot be trusted as a man who is just, as a man who can speak to the truth irrespective of who is in front of you. You have proven and you have destroyed the little integrity that you were left with. Because this same FIFA you're talking about, they actually banned ex-FIFA president Platini. Why didn't they say that Platini has contributed a lot? It was during Platini's time that we got the Europa and all those things. We could have looked at all these things and said, you are Platini, you have contributed to European football, stay there. But they said no. The rules governing your job, your office, does not allow you to go contrary to it. So leave. So what I am trying to say is, for a Speaker of Parliament who is not a kid, who know the consequences of, even after the documentary, people losing their lives because they are uncovering truth. And as a journalist, I feel pity for you, Alban Bagbin, because anyone can die in the line of duty. As we sit here, there is no way anyone can tell me, say, you will protect what is right. You will always choose tribe. You will always choose friendship. You will always choose people you are affiliated with, no matter what, to suppress truth. Because we did not, at the end of the day, go to FIFA to force them to conduct their investigations. FIFA's investigations were totally different from Ghana's investigations. FIFA did not come to the CID office to take any document from them. FIFA conducted its independent investigations and said Kwesi Nyantakyi did not conduct himself well. So for you, a speaker, to just come and say, yes, we are the ones that destroyed Ghana sports because of what? Because we brought Nyantakyi down. Who brought Nyantakyi down? Who brought him down? Because if you say these things, it means you are trying to tell us, and you are trying to align yourself with those criminals who keep saying that Nyantakyi was lured. Nyantakyi wasn't lured. Nyantakyi, there was no gun pointing at his head to say those things he said. A journalist like myself was killed. You are some of the people like myself, I rely on and believe, say, our politics, Parliament has some integrity there, has some men who can command the law. But this your statement has proven that you are not different from these so-called men we cannot trust with the law. Who told FIFA to sanction Nyantakyi? FIFA did their own job. FIFA, they have sanctioned bigger people than Nyantakyi. Maybe Nyantechi, the moment got hold of him. Maybe Nyantechi got too excited. Maybe he got too greedy at a point. Maybe he forgot his position. Nyantechi, you are supposed to direct your advice to Nyantechi. Direct your advice to people who have positions sensitive at Nyantechi's position to conduct themselves in a way it does not matter who they are talking to, where they find themselves, the transaction they are doing. They should always hold or uphold the principles, codes, laws, and regulations governing their office first before they do anything. Nyantechi failed that test. Kwesi Nyantechi failed that test. So why do you now turn the conversation and now come blame the investigators, blame Anas, blame Ahmed Swale, who is dead because he wanted the world to know the crime happening at FA? Remember, it wasn't only Nyantechi we saw that was corrupt or whatever. There were a lot of people in the FA we got to know. Referees, match commissioners, so many people. So why are you doing this, Speaker? Back when you were a disappointment to me, myself. I am shocked. Until you prove. Say Ghana for FIFA some investigations. Ghana took some documents to FIFA for FIFA to sack Nyantechi. The journalists were doing their job. What we saw in the video, we did not see anybody pointing a gun at Nyantechi. The statement Nyantechi made, nobody wrote it for him. Nyantechi has never sat on any platform to say he was forced to make those statements. Why are you doing this, Speaker? You are an embarrassment to politicians at your age. And I know very soon you retire from politics. You don't need to retire with these kind of things. I was here last week defending you with my heart because some people wanted to malign you. Some people wanted this e-levy thing to be hanging on your neck. But I made people understand you are not to be blamed. Those people who brought the e-levy are supposed to be blamed. Nobody in their right senses should even blame the minority because the minority did not present e-levy to Parliament. I was on this platform defending you like my real father. The next day, you tell people that my job is a job anybody can kill me because for exposing a system, exposing an industry, exposing an institution, you don't care. That is what you are trying to say. So people like you always pray that people like myself be shot in the head like the way Ahmed Swale was killed. And you are an enemy to me. I'm disappointed in you and I will be disappointed. You need to retract this statement because now you have opened the doors for people to go after Anas. Yes. Speaker of Parliament, you are now telling those people, Kennedy Japan showed Ahmed Swale's picture on TV. Ahmed Swale was killed. Kennedy didn't pull the trigger, but through his actions, Ahmed was killed. Because I didn't know Ahmed, you didn't know Ahmed, none of the people who lived with Ahmed knew even Ahmed what he did. But until Kennedy showed the picture, that is when he was shot. Today, the Speaker of Parliament telling people that you are not even worried about the protection and the security of our journalists, but you are more worried about your brother from the same region. You are more worried about we exposing crime. And what makes you the Speaker of Parliament? What makes you a man with integrity? You have lost that. It's exactly 5:54. I have lots and lots of things to talk about. Now see this quickly. Alan Chemantin. Alan Kojo Chemantin is somebody who wants to be president. And there's something that I will say very important to us. It is looking like, say, Alan Bawumia, Ekufuado, MPP pathway, and our MPP Abanwe is all about slogans. Now, the Yapan say, when you have leaders, I would say, these people there, they have some different idea. Oh, these people, they might be different from Ekufuado and his thieves. But sometimes, no, so those people are in the pipeline. I would say they might take over from Ekufuado. These people are extraordinary. They are smarter. They are proactive. They are smarter than what we are seeing today. Now, Obiti Alan Chemantin saying something like, 5 of the world's 6 leading automobile companies producing cars in Ghana. 5 of the world's automobile companies producing cars in Ghana. Now, you need to understand the say. None of these 5 companies produce car in Ghana. Alan should be very careful about his words. That's why I keep saying, Alan Kojo Chiremante is not ripe for this job. Bawumia is a comedian. Okpo is an abozigi. He's a toy. We don't have any man in this NPP, this government, to lead us again. Now, for Alan not to be ashamed and shy to make this statement, let me tell you, the 5 car makers and also automobile companies here, 5 world 6 automobile companies here, none of these companies manufacture car from scratch in Ghana. None of them. Now, look at this. Look at the dynamics here. You have a company, Peugeot or Honda. They say they want to come and do what? Assemble cars in Ghana. Remember, Memo Bin Kancho said they are producing cars in Ghana. They are assembling cars in Ghana. There's a difference between production and assembling. Now, when we say company will produce cars, there is a BMW plant in South Africa. I've seen it myself. There is a BMW plant in Germany. The issue is that plant produces or manufactures the car from scratch. Now, when they say something is an assembly plant or assembly plant, that company or that plant or that setup is basically after the car has been produced, its parts are sent to that place for it to be reorganized or put together to form the car. So you need to understand that the work that goes into the primary job, that is producing the car from scratch, it's more intense than just assembling the car, because putting the car parts together to make it a car is totally different from building a car from scratch from the plant. Now, what we are seeing in Ghana, these 6 leading automobile companies producing cars in Ghana, they are not producing cars, they are assembling cars. Now, the woman say, these are the same people who came and said, Ghana beyond aid. Let us grow what we eat. Let us try and build this industry. Gabi, Ekufuado is industrializing Ghana. Foolish man. Yenjimi yanka unya $2 million indi. Enfa otona atwentwem ne nante Ghana. Kurobi so anka wo shafom. You get what I mean? And this fool says, yes, Ekufuado is industrializing, and Alan comes and say 6 world automobile companies are producing cars. They are not. And let me tell you this. These are companies omo cars no abrochiri. Na omo ship parts na Ghana. You need to understand, one, they get huge tax exemption. They get what? Huge tax exemption. Sa parts na omo free VW, Nissan, na omo de ba Ghana abeshishe no. Omo do report na, because we force them to bring those things to come and act, they get tax holidays. It's majority of them, all the parts that they bring to Ghana, it is tax free. So on the plan to Germany, on the plan to US, on the plan to Japan. Now we'll say we're building cars, baby, cars that Ghana. Now remember, because we are forcing them to come to Ghana, what is going to happen is they get tax free at the port. Parts a car no windshield, a car no exhaust, car no side mirrors, a engine no, a wheels no, whatever parts number 2 no baba ni nyina na be hye no Ghana no. Omudu ye port one na ni nyina tax free. So one, those mobile car companies they have made a lot of money in the first stage, Oba port no wentua kapre. This car no room aba Ghana. Remember, no assembly plant, and I said no automobile company or Ghana or say or cars are employed nipa over 10,000. None can do it. It's just assembling cars. None of them can employ 10,000 people. They can't. Even 5,000 people, they can't. So you have to understand, they are saving a lot because the people they are employing to do these jobs are a few people. Now they are not paying taxes in the first place. Now the funny thing about this whole process is, and now guys, Alan has no ideas to lead. These people are all the same comedians. Now the third part is disheartening and they say, some of the cars never Ghana no more beshisha. Almost cars almost cars in dollars. They can decide to put a Ghana city on it. At the end of the day, it is in dollars. The funny thing is, after getting tax free, after employing a few people, not paying much, and when they sell the cars to you, the people in dollars, when they take that hard currency, they put it in the accounts and it goes back to where they come from. So one, we run a system with your taxes. Or buy cheap labor, one funny package 20, 50, 100. At the end of the day, cars new year, Osa Tomamo. Motor cars now. Sikana does not stay in Ghana. He moved the money back to the source. Maybe the company, source no primary no. Say Germany no free. He will move the money to Germany. So at the end of the day, car seba, Omobe assemble. Who is keeping the money? They are making money out of us. We are foolish. If these companies really want to do business in Ghana, they should come and build a Volkswagen plant in Ghana. When you build a plant, you are forced to employ over 20,000 people, direct and indirect. That is when you want to tell me you are industrializing my country. But you cannot tell me you want to come and assemble cars, pass all these things through my port, not paying taxes, come in there, assemble the cars, sell it to me, take the money back to your country. At the end of the day, you came in zero, going out zero, and all the money is going out. No, it does not work like that. So these things they are talking about, industrializing Ghana, assembly plant, it is foolish. If a car manufacturing company wants to come into your country and show, because they have a BMW plant in South Africa. Do you know the number of South Africans who work there? Do you know how much taxes they are paying to the South African government? That is what we call industrialization. But two parts. Now do me port. Now man san charge your taxes. Now the cars no room. Now your car, shisha cars no. Now what time Ghana for? Now this Ghana sako Germany. Now the catch say I am helping your economy. You are killing my economy. And you're paying for way. Jimmy to the point they don't understand these basic things. That is why you see all these cars coming. They need a place to arrange their cars. They need a place to send some there for them to make money. This is extra money for them. You think Volkswagen, you think Nissan, you think the cars they are selling in Ghana, it doesn't make them a dime. These are all operational monies they use for communities. They don't make millions in Ghana. They don't make billions in Ghana. No. How many cars are they selling in a year? How many customers do they have? How many better roads do we have to even contain these cars? Because our roads are not good. These cars cannot even stand the test of time. But they have seen, there's a loophole. Who wouldn't do it? I am a car manufacturing company. I have a lot of parts. There are people in Africa who love cars. Now, the parts are sitting there. This is a car manufacturing company. Every day they are producing. We have gotten a country that says they come and arrange the cars there. When you finish, sell it to them. At their port, no taxes. When you sell it to them, take the money back to Germany. I will do it any day. And that is why they are flooding into Ghana. They are not adding anything. If they were even employing tens of thousands of people, I would have given them the nod. How many people are these people employing? These people are ignorant. They cannot help anybody. I am telling you. Guys, you might not like me, but these are the facts. They are just using grammar. Alan Cash himself, he does not even understand the process. Ekufuori does not understand. Because Germans, these Japanese, so wait Jimmy. Now, there are other countries they can go to. They can go to these South American countries. Cheap labor. But you know what? They will not let them come in without paying taxes. They would have gone to other islands to go and assemble cars there, and they say we will ship them to this nearest island. They will not do it. They will not get any tax haven there. But Ghana, I am paying for Jimmy, because he's just going to boast say there is a car assembly plant, assembling a car, putting a car together. You have not manufactured a car. You have done the finished job. Because anybody given a 1 week training can assemble a car. Yes, the parts come already made. None of the parts are manufactured in Ghana, like the way Kantanka manufactures his products from Ghana. So the parts are already made. You just bring them in and you join it. You screw them and it starts to move. Or the no money about one tax. But now with cheap labor, one for the package or say you are Tomamo, or you are Thomas Cancer de Japan, or you so on yet. So you are doing well. Ghana is industrializing. We are in Ghana. Wait, Jimmy. Tell him say you want to go do same in Japan. On yet. If you tell him that, you know what? We are one of the biggest producing cocoa producing countries or gold producing countries. Now, this is what we want to do. We want to turn our cocoa into great chocolate. Now, our cocoa, we are not going to, in fact, make it into chocolate totally. We are going to melt it. And then we are going to make it look like dough. And then what we are going to do is we are going to come to Japan. And when we come to Japan, we are now going to bake it and turn it into cocoa, chocolate that we can sell to the Japanese. The Japanese will tell you no. When you tell them, oh, when we come to your port, give us free access so that we can come and do the Ghana cocoa there and package it there. And then after that, when we sell it to your schools, your industries, we will take the money back to Ghana. Japan focus on Jimmy. What is on Jimmy? They won't do it. Because one, what the cocoa neighbor Ghana on your tax. What's the remuno? Why are you packaging a Japan? We are what's out of Japan for this Ghana Ghana. Who is Jimmy? But the same procedure also on the car ba. Or a car no. Odu port wa fam osaba wan fa di pakase because yes you cocoa ni ko na ye ni ndos ni ye kwa ne ko fa Ghana for kakra bi amo Asia say mo bra Ghana company ni ye ba be brand ni aton ba Japan for ye we dey discuss Ghana just Japanese government omejimi you say no, give it to us, we will do it ourselves. We are foolish. We are a Juma for a magazine for betuma and so magazine for the be a Jimmy. Yeah, Santi for or say chairman Sabonso MP or 24 years said Jimmy for bebrewom omo person be jatum so say chairman Sabo Jimmy when to man fam punto bi amba ya ntia no meka cham so omo be change magazine I am the hub of auto industrializing the and am mu Jimmy twi soroku na monte magazine ho in Berman Penifua, my better say confirm, Mumbetri SNC, Mama politician will say, yeah, Baby changes swami, yeah, Ben the modern day and the West Africa, Mudimu Jimmy, Akosala, Akotwaba, Obiari can bear marshal the Nantem, Etwas or Chin. This thing they are talking about, we have a habit car. You people can do better. You people can even build a car from scratch. I don't hear Jimmy, sir. You come with him and Bofu. We are boga on fee. We are boga on fee. If you be a boga from Jimmy in starting journey. When ebre DNA so magazine in Sota, Motitensu any some punching. Munim Nyansa say these politicians are lying. Show them something for them to understand. Say in Kofoye to me yo, Mr. Banman yard number to me, and ye dear Jimmy, ya santimemu, yes, swami for ye dear China, and then the Munya mother the camera to one, Motun Atino. And I'm Motun Atena, Munimunya from Fono, Ombra Mobre, or such a supposed to think Bojantra. Or 100,000, 200,000, or so pass 11 abesimuso. Now do Jimmy to a jammy. Ujammy for what? Ubu for me for what? And I'm what to swam in a Jimmy. Adaya, Yama 10 in there, so 10 in about Kumasabaya interchange, Mamu who interchange first time. Do Namu soda, Muhu poda, and Kanama huapo. Mumbra Muasi, Namun Prim Puntumbra Santimemu, na Jimmy no Dawson. Yen so bia subium. Yeah, may bra boga biam or boga obisu boga. My friend, shut up, nesu nyansa. Ne fam punto ne mra. Yeah, be change swame, ye be change swame, ye be change magazine, ye be or such a mess about 24 years. Mudi mu Jimmy da ho to otwi soro kuma no. Election be do na akwai sakere di mabegina platform. Na mo jade mo ye Jimmy nti udwame, wadwame. Me tia no me ba 4 years. The retirement I ready. Oh, retirement I shit. And these are serious stuff we need to be looking at. Wait till I'm going to be live, no? Can we tell you more, dear? Massa, my bed you see out to the Anedi. Can we tell them what they are about? Me bonyan se gu trim, me yi phone na bonyan se gum. Na yenyi na beba Ghana, near to me catch ya down your nam for bro. Say, you know what? Let's go to Ghana. Let's go show you something. Also, dear, Mumbesina enko Ghana, near to play with the you drew a crowd for plane that you drew Kumazo Swami a magazine near page to the Ghana for I'm saying you see this is my country. But with Jimmy na debi amade da phone am to sing na mama sa politician more way abegina ye be ye magazine Africa's D&D hub mo amuti wono hub be na ye moja and the munya hu hwe ye to abane Kevin Beko be boma to 2080 ye boma to 2080. Why not go baby? Opia go baby ah. You never break. My friends. Now catch them. NPP, they are preparing you people for a coup. They will manufacture a coup. Kandapa or say we believe terrorists are planning to attack Ghana, but we are on high alert. Kandapa say they believe terrorists have plans or are planning to attack Ghana, but they are on high alert. A man who cannot protect his nudity is telling you, only Kandapan will be at him, and the camera LG about the Bema Honey. I try to teach out. Only Kandapano, Na him who go to protect na him. Only protect Ghana for. Ma catch them. Me say these people Ekufuado will not leave power peacefully. We will have to force him. They will cook a coup for you. They be me cast man mo say na mo straight Kevin there. Me say they will cook coup for you people. By 2023, they will cook coup in Ghana. NPP Aban will cook coup for Ghanaians. The man telling you that he's going to protect you from coup, from terrorists, you know. Na him who could protect it. Oya bema onkasa, sa the video na no ojina shower, edware na ho naked no. Onkasa. Girl no so or the video in the bathroom. When not to protecting him or be protect Ghana, they have no option than to destabilize our democracy. Eh? Original parliament in there no. I ena Burkina Faso, ena dien. What tension do we have with Burkina Faso? And what will anybody in Burkina Faso gain by coming to Ghana to commit a terrorist attack? Who? What will Togo gain? What relationship do we have with them? Is it bad? We have no bad relationship with them. Burkina Faso, Ivory Coast. The issue is, go around Ekufuado and see. All his bodyguards are Ivorian. Watara and Kwara and the guard Ekufuado. One Ghanaian pe. Bumbusa omo. Omo mo Jubilee House ni they know. Ekufuado, the bodyguards are Hunyina, Watara, Ivorians, and I'm protecting Busa Honsa Dintra. You people have not checked. Go and check Ekufuado's bodyguard. The rest are all from Ivory Coast. Watara bodyguards and the guard Ekufuado. Ask yourself why. They will cook a coup for you. The entire election time, said they are going to the Volta region. They say their own people, they are going to cook coup before 2024 and say we cannot have a presidential election. Yet these are the same people who went to South Africa to bring terrorists to come and train them. South Africa. So these people will create a coup. And I say 3 years. They be me remind them. Every year, every 2 months, every 2 months, we are protecting ourselves from terrorists. They be from coup. They know what they are doing. They are cooking it. They are ready. They will use Watara's boys to do this nonsense. Don't think this is a joke. But I can't say I'm a Sreya. Now I'm just say, oh, Kevin there. No. This statement, don't take it lightly. Ekufuado is not ready to leave power for Mahama. He knows. Mahama catch Ekufuado say, that shit he's sitting on, when he gets up, we cannot live with it. Ekufuado knows he has taken a big shit. It smells. Oforiata has taken a big shit. And the Kurano encho bewuno also finance ministry don't free. He is a walking dead. You see the man, the himself on free or no be man on because they are all taking a shit at their various positions. What they will have to do is to bring people to make you people think, say they cannot leave their shit. We need to come together. Kandapa cannot be trusted. I would never trust a man who cannot protect his decency or his nudity to protect my democracy or my security. Kandapa cannot protect himself. Oh. Kandapa, more security boy, he cannot protect himself. He wants to protect you. And he's telling you, say, he is on high alert. He is lying. Your president has foreigners protecting him. Watara boys are protecting Ekufuado. Monja the squad no dio monja Ghana ni woman. All right. Thank you very much. I'm going to talk about the tidal wave in the Volta region tomorrow extensively. It's very, very important. We discussed that and a few things. After this short break, I will pick phone calls and then we will do the do. caller. Go ahead. Yes, sir.
Ishmael from Obuase.
Yes, sir.
Oh, Kevin, I could punch you. I could punch you with Jumapa. Kevin, a program a baby any penny pa me in particular. My young faso baby program with ama mission near baby so a free home. Na make a safa president and somebody Busano. Kevin, on my opinion, will turn through. Hey, Kevin, on my baby, Tess and Turon Museum. Baumian him trap, Alan him trap. Kevin, Meraho, Kevin, Mamma Kono Bimbra.
Thank you, Yamisha.
Kevin, Coswana boy and a bee in Nipa.
Thank you. All right. Hello, caller.
Hello, Mr. Kevin.
Yes, sir.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Mr. Dubai, and I'm pretty Dubai.
Okay.
Mr. Kevin, I'm and I'm a fire kappa on my Ghana, but Mamma can sometimes go for whom he say, and I say, being disappointed, my passion for more my Ghana. Dubai, I on Dubai for money show. There's a son of ones, but the room which I will. Your Kufuad or Bahana, whether who Dubai a Hano, our coin, you would be Butano, what say? A twin man is in a tear, Memano, Memano, to go to so at the diamond, so the baby of mine, to me, your mind say, Wubaha, to a new Kroma. And I say, take, Mosa, and I say, be a Kwamo, and I say, Seko, a Binukroma. What my system near me Kromo for. Said will be a citizen crumple Dubai or to fear when you Juma, a whole wolf on their breath at the Mekrum for no. What to her? That's your customer. You want to connect them now, will be to an can watch at him. And pen 1 pen 4 pay to me, custom or Ghana, which was out a penny said 50 cities to be, and now 1 million pinching a man is cancer. Watch us him with 1 casa. Come and pipe when you take a Ghana for beer to Quanomus and pen for the be our pronomo Ghana. Minister Petty Jonah. Magazine, what was and tell my crumb with 20 years old. What do you mean? As what see a 4 better or 2 about your man. That's it. MPP me and this. When I am PP Obi, we end this in each Obi. I'm only a kind of crano mine and go to Ghana. Politicians in May, and top power for Lucha. That's one measure defended.
Thank you. All right. Hello, caller.
Hello, Kevin.
Good evening, boss.
Good evening.
Fan the channel Hosano. Usini fan.
Master, here feeling fan cracker.
Remember Mr. Article I told you giant. You're a giant veteran to form. See, we're going to Casa.
In fact, Kevin, in fact, say one bow program, so I say you be the check here BP. Aha, say Uber say now that it control the BP of some of us. I didn't know mechanism. When your president say what to coin, aqua continue more or aqua trade near SSA yefa yesika ye baby to 11. The type of people are over to 11.
Yeah.
You see, penfo commerce say what do I know? I don't you ya a be wow. Uncle for the nada kesi se ya na de ba be mo. Currently, no mo catch say baby 1 district 1 factory. And then one abeno after 1 human being 1 factory. So when you get a mobile phone kwande na just we a company. I see it me tax o. So me key president ye pa. Sampanya company no ba be tax o mo dia. Then and then even school kola na omo papa no mo send sika mo through their mobile phones. E was school no there are companies in Ghana. I a president ba be tax o mo. Because say o ka tell me say as long as my yet here say obi bia what me anya sika up to 100 cedis no the person is rich. Okay, if the person is rich there, is that the type of riches? Or more what to come okita sliver express canon da no pay ye newspapers bi ba ye say president atimi akoton oman no yiye pa ma ya man sika bi minim say okono odegana fo no bi koye e na wakoton mo anasa okono ntade na o hye no e na wakoton ti na brofo na hu aye omo fe no mato ma man sika oji nyankopon kwa nanim ndi ebe no this e-levy and the type of dodges omo ye no sanka Ghana ni bia badwen tisimia like this is very simple. We should vote against them.
Thank you very much.
That's the first thing.
All right. I think you've talked for some time. Ochina, you better 12 points also. All right. Thank you. Hello, caller. Hello.
Bibi Aboko.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes, I'm former president, John Dramani Mama, any former chief of staff, Gilo Zebra. Kevin, sir, Ishasu MP, Stevie Amua, original, Oya Karat, Oya E. Nyasa. Kevin, Muma check you, Muma and Fa Nunkone checking the trinu because Nyasa and super, Mina Mikachro. Something's wrong with that man. I say, interview Kasempa a big one constituency. You bet a man for Chinese film, Ghana Chinese film. If you I oil karat, Nipa original and you cry interview. Akakakra Obutun. There is
Sako, Matisse says Dumsonic Thank you, Sako. Matisse Dumsonic Jimen baby light out, right? Accra Dumso a year, Yasika Swa for light to call. I mean, she has met me for 1 or 2 calls. Yes, a lot of doom so happening. Sorry. I picked the wrong call. Hello, caller. Hello. All right.
Hello, Kevin.
Hello, caller. Yeah, Mebaja Kasa.
Yeah, good evening.
Good evening.
Nyankopon shirawo. Mapa obo. Oma kwenya no kwese mo sei entie epise Ghana media boy omuku enkurase boy omuni na ya mutu Kevin abi ne mehu ze yenya nkurase fo omubu man yenya nkurase fo omubu man na doni ni team nkurase fo wi sisi aso mo de e-levy abe hangi ekom yenim se e-levy ni yentri yeah, all right,
thank you. Medasupa for the call. Mamin share Mamin fat call from this side. I think so I've picked enough call on this side. Mamin share this side so me to my pick a call with her. What's happening? All right. Okay. Hello. Hello,
Kevin.
Yes, sir. Good evening.
Good evening. I'm from the side.
You have a call. Me back to free.
You're from Yakubu Kasafri Ebuakwa.
And doom so ni jemu pa nkofo bebre text some light no ebobo ni doom so pa
ya hakura de anekura na asa agirema kaka na ya de da ye da sumo.
Na obi anka
na Mr. Kevin mami nkoma Samsona. Em say Akufo Addo no nto odwene so obewu na onim se ni wochi no ye wo biribi aye fe na atembu ana because entro ene azani subafo kankan na omodi ntoro beji oman no ya no asuba na motofo edeko na bia ya na meka biribi se asantefo na ede omase omo ye Ghana ewie ya nyina ya asantefo ade ne nya kurase ye pe ade ne nya papa kura so no na yi ekire wura me metia bua kwasa pass wo ba ye kwan pa ye kwan so to ayentimenka ye bridge ato obe that was 2019 dura 2020 batura na omode rete besi so ebesi na bridge no kwantumenka taso ba bia ka nampa aka se nipa bewu se nipa wu amonye ye bobo Mr. Kevin ye mo bo our Ghana wo kete wo dwere wa wo ntie se na wo he Stephen Apo so I am say akwa no o hi asra Seramua or Hiastra. So you be on Hiastra when you could here.
Bye. Hello. Hello, caller.
Hello, salam. Good evening.
Good evening. Yes, sir.
And then I try to okay, Libya.
Nice. When you are Libya, Israel. Okay. When you are Israel. Nice.
Yeah. Sorry. My one person in the channel say like the percent that video we Canada Japan video there some time ago because someone now do about to make a channel now. Munina kan video bi na men kai like Canada Japan cassette so no ye president Uganda akobel le bit like zero so like obey you cash paka then the teacher say obey le big good na do the so it's teacher say video no na both that video no say obviously Canada this mun Uganda mun tin ka ni ni na ade ba kwam like yeah video and a bike park. Kevin, can't boy, you good lawyer car, or more mobile do but I come got a but I say yes. Who be on a car to show Fubia? You know,
that's it. Thank you very much. All right. Thank you. Okay. Hello.
Yeah, what is your Kevin Taylor? Good evening.
Good evening.
Yes, sir. Abom desai.
Yabako.
Ugusa okanya za sam kira yaro mu dumu kan yaro.
Obodumu no. E wan fa.
Madumu no ma pontin bode de nipa ninka yelie.
Amanfo dum light no.
Madumu kan yaro se sia na omo so.
Okay, and so the wenya bi. Obi se na dem by 2 days ni.
Ata na o mari na ha ya pa.
Mate.
Nyame kan ho ade.
That's pa. All right, thank you for the call. My man share submit to me apeke call bi wa ha. We were just 3 minutes to end today's show. Well, 3 minutes per into what I found you might be my last caller. I'm not sure. Okay. I'm trying to pick a few. Me to my call back. Now my phone show now. Hello, caller.
Hello. Good morning, Mr. Kabitela.
Yes, sir.
Where are your term president?
Alaji has about to finish it. Nyanko.
Mechiao Kabitela Gamishrao. Ghana for say Sebi. Omo ma Jimmy pa Ghana. Yeah, Jimmy no. Ya be 95%. Be 5% in the Numunyansa. The whole Ghana 33 million in omo ma Jimmy no. It does some more Numunyansa. And not in Ghana, yeah, because Kabi Unim some what they be out by a Kanyano. Obi Ghana, Abia Tia, come on one city. I would even talk Kwano, or Nibio. Yeah. A buying said the cattle say, Miss Abba Taxi Momo. Now, Sandy Pacro, when now on one city, one or down you, or be a Nebia man, one Nebin did. Now, Sandy Pacro said, Jimmy, me Kani me ya santifo me da me free bankema me free manhia me free tano so enti me da ya wo da to mpifi mu de me da me MPP won dunio won dun na ebe me see ebe nda mra wo be hu se ei heaven se wo hia pa no na nipa wa gari na ne ase ase se MP jiri fo we jiri wonu nyansa e jira se ya be Chinese movie wa Ghana Ghana ya jimi o enti we next year be say kwa campaign ya Obama no
insurance for meto ama o jimi for meto ama o se unis ni jimi no almost so no so enti de oye no o nipa ene na wo kan dodo na motoma no almost so ni jimi ni so
95%. Yeah, 95% to the whole yeah jimi 5% ni pa che akwa ya na no ndi FM sa Obama ma bi na wo so na wo kra ho ade ma no a
wa kai ma sem
happy way jimi
wa kai ma sem
over this who are me when you didn't do it who could person who
Alaji has been that say
who abandoned you when you didn't say that
yeah this weekend number of New York now I was at a friend's wedding now a few people called me so say BBT onia TV di matam adentira makoka say nana ya bibi girl bi boy bi na owo Angel FM bi na otwa punk no makoka na asem enti me de meka no me show we so nden say sa boy na owo Angel FM no de me say me wo hips channel no say or ye bema to send me or have to send me on respond me be candy me ye ansana wa respond enti mo a enre na mugu nchade ti onua TV mo bi na mo ga mo kwara me nimmo mo de mo pode mo ye nwe kura mo de mo ye kokuolized me see bema na me kan asem o Angel no a ono kam asem na me kan asem no bema na o Angel na wo twa punk na me wo hips channel no me see so sin near din no ebema te se me a onye ke me ma ho mama kwakuti na yiwadi muntwa kwankoma no and muntwa san fama kwakuti me say so obema ete se me wo hips chen me a sa oba na oti Angel no ombo me din na on refer to me about anything in my name na on reverse anything mama kwakuti ya yiwadi I will touch where your heart is. We obanyansa for obedwene ho. Me say, muntwa nkoma kokutin. Dear baby a powerhouse no. Powerhouse no baby a powerhouse na. E ma utumi nya moja etna Angel no. I will cut the power source. Nyansa sana me catch no. Enti de so ye bema na oti Angel no. Ono de ekofo na wajo fight ya ma. Omo de so me mwa incoculize. Why we are bema na wo hips no bomidin cause Kevin Taylor say me member that mo metia na obi bomidin wo Angel and na me send the message ni back na me say the so ya bema te say me wo twa punk no Amando Diego Maradona na no Angel no kura ya pam no na wo abuga pele me say Amando Diego Maradona mo captain smart no ya pam no na wo Kofi Abanga me say wo dia menya wo hwe na reverse the message. I will cut your source of blood and send this message to Dr. Kukutin. On the NGN there. Me, I will cut your source of blood. Upe ma, you be you with. But the moon will be that. You're still watching. With all due respect, extended version after this. I'm done here. Ochina, we will meet and discuss Ghana. Into Munina no enyumbre mo amutie me amudi matem mo ambeso mbegia tum se Ghana sebio ejimi for the dear so mo amode amo se tribe adokromo no mo amwa ha nwumre a de ka bia munu se de kra mo beso beja tum no nyankopon a osri ye de no ejamo na at the end of the day no yenim say what we are doing is simple to save Ghanaians. Inti ambassador me can say thank to every single individual here me nwumre na mo beso beja no kra tum abra munum no kra ne pa no de metuma ka chairman say mujimi no na mujimi so de ujimi a wo ye ho hwea enyeye good night.
Oh, more than 16 called you home. But it's just for road. Ujimino, what cast and one no. Ujimino, what cast and one no. Ujimino, now cast and one no. Ujimino, what cast and one no. Ujimino, what cast and one no. Ujimino, now cast and one no. Ujimino, what cast and one no. Ujimino, what cast and one no. Ujimino, ya do close to no. Ujimino, quando così dia no. Ujimino, bene petite no. Ujimino, never ya bebo busiano. Ujimino, whatever you call no joto no. Ujimino, uno school fees koto chacha no. Ujimino, exams by a failure no. Ujimino, amena wanya jumanya no. Ujimino, obla bansi uye no. Ujimino, wana notifie baye no. Ujimino, now kasa no no. Ujimino, now kasa no no. Ujimino, woma mete area mu no. Ujimino, echicha banche no. Ujimino, area she no no. Ujimino, osane na boso mu no. Ujimino, ade kwatu adwuma mu no. Ujimino, womo woni ana ho no. Ujimino, koye na masam no. Ujimino, kofa pri woni sa no. Ujimino, ade beto ne so no. Ujimino, na kasa no no. Ujimino, o kasa no no. Ujimino, o kasa no no. Ujimino, for clock na mayifum. Mijimi, when you can be defeated better no tuntum. Mijimi, teacher be a friend coffee bar. Mijimi, na se letter e ya obama ba. Mijimi, kon do ma pida. Mijimi, area sim from te hoda. Mijimi, school fees no meji na medi mi Jimmy class na meta baby resini mi Jimmy no wa obehu na mahuri mi Jimmy ama na boss na ye buani mi Jimmy bafa ya wotwe ni tunim se wo ye woni mi Jimmy no na me cancer no ano no mi Jimmy se certificate ya mi ni bi mi Jimmy ma ye na me dia ko pa adwuma bi mi Jimmy right na ye bank manager yi mi Jimmy na se sia mi di pa yi mi Jimmy no ana aya me sa mi Jimmy no na me cancer no ano no mi Jimmy no hey mi Jimmy no wo cancer no ano no mi Jimmy no wo cancer no ano no enye wo nko a ebi nkoma sofofo no mi Jimmy ma jene se mo de nyansa sembe de nkofo sika munjai Jimmy no ala no se wodome se na wo boa wo de me na me se wo pese wo wi mi sika aponche ba wo pa branka me Jimmy Brazia eye wo Jimmy na da no wo sa si wata de hate wo beyi wo be gire bu sisi a wo sine abedi kokotu aduane bra sisi a wo bedi won fare mpo wa hwe ni Jimmy bi abodi se beka wo Jimmy no broni beka safu wo Jimmy se sai kura mpo ye hu winim the difference between Chalewet and Silvers and wo between shoe ni kambu wo Jimmy no Tiani me didn't know. Ante boy got this.